And good evening. Welcome out here to Albany as we get set here for high school football action, week number 4 here on Albany TV. It's a matchup between the 1-2 Albany Warriors and the 2-1 St. Joseph Christian Lions. It's a matchup tonight here in the Grand River Conference West. Remember, tonight's pregame is brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, here for good. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV. BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center locations in Bethany and Albany. Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany and the Home Lumber Company in Albany. The Albany Hy-Vee. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany. United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company. Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany. Shelter Insurance Agent Sam Phillips in Albany. Johnson Controls. The Briar Patch and Sublime Formal Wear, both on the west side of the square in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center. Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany. Kathy Sneed with Acres of Hope, LLC. JC Designs in Albany. B&B Barbecue in Albany. Lone Star Investments on the square in Albany. Shadowfax on 136 in Albany. Brown Plumbing in Albany. Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. The City of Albany. Thummel Angus in Ravenwood. Williams Construction. The Albany Booster Club. The Albany and St. Joseph Christian Schools. And the Printery and New Shopper located in Albany. Again, I'm Jared Rolvis, joined along with our cameraman and color analyst for the evening, and Brett Williams. And Brett, coming into tonight, the Warriors come in with a record of 1-2. They come in on a 2-game losing streak to Nottoway Valley and King Cities, both by kind of blowout fashion. And they go up against the St. Joe Christian team that comes in on a 2-1 record, coming in off of 2 straight wins against East Atchison in a comeback win over in East Atchison. And then last week on the road at Stanberry. So, again, on the road for the 3rd consecutive week.
Yeah, it's been starting with Albany. It's been a tough couple of weeks for them. Starting back in week 2, they still haven't scored a touchdown since that first drive in that week 2 game. So they're looking to break that streak and get on the board tonight. But the one thing we've seen to this point through the first 3 weeks is this team has such a small margin for error if they want to be able to come out on top or even stay competitive in these ball games. The game plan for them to win, they need to win the line of scrimmage on both sides, offensive and defensive line. There's a ton of pressure on them to really compete well. This is it's an offense that really can't throw the ball effectively, or else they haven't really shown that to this point. They rely a lot on their backs, Carter Danner and, of course, Elliott Mercer. Jace Palmer can run a little bit as well when he needs to. But the biggest thing tonight for them they really need to focus on is, even if you don't come away with the win, which this is a winnable game for the Warriors, much more winnable than the last 2 weeks. But it's an evenly contested matchup. They need to go out, and even if they lose, they got to make St. Joe Christian earn it. They've turned the ball over way too much the last 2 games. They haven't really made their opponents work for it too hard to get the victories. They've made it real easy for them, and turning the ball over is where that starts. You need to hold on to the ball. They should be really focused on this first quarter. They got to have a clean first quarter and turn that into a clean 4 quarters of football tonight.
And, really, we'll talk about it with the head coach of the Warriors and Doug Fountain, all part of our BTC Bank pregame here in a little bit. But the big thing, especially tonight for the Warriors, the turnover bug has really affected the Warriors here the last 2 weeks. I believe either 9 or 10 is the turnover differential against the Warriors. It started against Nottoway Valley, and St. Joseph Christian knows exactly about that. They started the season, I believe, with 5 fumbles in that first game against Nottoway Valley. Warriors turned the ball over 3 times to a fumble, 3 times to an interception against Nottoway Valley, and then I believe 3 or 4 times last week against King City. So the Warriors tonight really need to keep their hands on the football and make sure they possess the football the entire drive.
Yeah, and it hasn't been just 1 or 2 guys. The whole team has had the turnover bug. Even Elliott Mercer has got. We were talking earlier about 2 or 3 fumbles. Which is almost, if it's 3, that's an average of 1 fumble a game. So he's got to be cleaner in that regard, holding on to the football. Jace Palmer's had a fumble. Carter Danner's had a couple as well. They've had a turnover on a kickoff they didn't pick up. So it's been across the board. Everyone's got to be sharp tonight, be locked in, protect the football. You cannot give your opponent extra possessions, especially with a team where you have to play almost perfect football to stay competitive in these games. They do not have a tight, big margin of error, so they got to play clean football if they want to be able to win.
Yeah, and switching it over, taking a look at St. Joseph Christian again. They're on their 3rd consecutive road game, really turning into the road Lions here. Lost their first game at home to Nottoway Valley 68-28. and then went on the road to Tarkio, beat East Atchison 40-34, and then again last week at Stanbury won 58-32. Again on the road this week before they finally get to go home for a week to take on North Andrew, and then of course they have to go back on the road, take on a tough Worth County team. But for St. Joe Christian tonight, if they can jump out early, kind of get the Warriors down, maybe think, oh man, it's going to be another long week or another long Friday, that might be exactly what St. Joe Christian needs to come away with the victory tonight.
Yeah, St. Joe Christian, it seems like every year they've got some really athletic kids, at least a couple that you got to worry about. That does play to their advantage, especially against Albany. Normally they have a couple of guys who can go out and catch a pass. That's been one of Albany's weaknesses here this season, is defending the pass. Of course, they're coming off of 2 straight road wins. That's really impressive to win it all, but to win on the road especially is really tough. If they're able to come away with a win here tonight, that would be a big momentum boost for them, because you're going to have a lot of home games on the back end since you got a bunch of road games out of the way early. So that would be huge for them tonight. And like you said, if they can make the Warriors uncomfortable, make Jace Palmer uncomfortable in the pocket, make it tough for Elliot Mercer to run, tire him out early, maybe force some turnovers, they could be well on their way to their 3rd straight road victory to start the season.
And for St. Joseph Christian, they're going to throw a couple of wrinkles in here the Warriors haven't seen yet this season. They tend to run a triple option type of offense tonight for the Warriors. The big thing defensively is going to be, can they stay home? Can they make sure to watch not really watch what's going on in the backfield, but be where they need to be strategically on defense and not follow all the mismatch and whatever's going on in the backfield, all the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, King City got them a couple times last week with a double reverse, so they're going to have to, with people just not staying home on the other side of the field, by the time the double reverse came back around, whoever was catching it, whether it be Ryder Sample or another one of their stud skill position players, I mean, they had an easy cakewalk into the end zone. So they're gonna have to be disciplined this week, stay home, like you said, and really, really hone in on that triple option play, because if St. Joe Christian runs it well, it can be a really effective play, because it just keeps the defense back on their heels. They're being reactive and they're not dictating the play. They're just reacting to what's in front of them, and you never want to be like that on the defensive side of the ball.
And then also tonight, weather a little bit more favorable than it was last week. We get kind of back more to what we saw week 1 and week 2. And it's about 73 degrees at the moment. Looks to be about 72 at kickoff, with about a 6-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the west to northwest. And by the end of the game, looks like we'll still be in about the upper 60s. So a much nicer night than what we saw last week when the temperatures were in the upper 80s at kickoff.
Yeah, of course. Last week was really warm out on the field. I think it was over 90 degrees even at kickoff. So the heat lasted much of the day. This is really good football weather here in mid-September. We probably got a few more weeks of pretty nice weather before it gets really, really cold, and then that's a whole different challenge in itself.
Also, we want to remind you that the Lady Warriors will be competing tomorrow. Again, weather permitting, there is a chance of rain in the Stanbury Invitational Softball Tournament tomorrow. That will be both varsity and middle school. You can go over to Stanbury, watch those games. We will not be able to be there tomorrow, so we will try and wish them the best of luck. But again, if you get the opportunity, go see them. And then also kind of let you know, next week Sunday, the Albany High School cheer will compete on Sunday. The girls will compete in the 1A small, the largest division of the cheerleading regionals. Those are going to be going on down in Liberty. We can show them if we can here, Brett, in their neon shirts tonight for Neon Night. So I want to give the cheerleaders a big shout out. Go and watch them next Sunday in their regional down at Liberty. Again, it's one of the biggest ones in the state for that, or in 1A. So we want to wish them the best of luck next week Sunday as well. As we get set for more BTC Bank pregame, we'll be back in just a moment as we sit down with the head coach of the Warriors, and Doug Fountain. We'll be back with more in a moment, all a part of your BTC Bank pregame tonight here on Albany TV. Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite school and earn that school extra cash with each swipe. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account, stop by your local BTC Bank branch to get your mascot debit card today. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. BTC Bank, here for good. Member FDIC.
BTC Bank.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helping smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team.
Have you looked at Pettyjohn Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Pettyjohn Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agents and Phillips in Albany for a free personal protection review.
In life, as in sports, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance, someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy. To get started, contact me, Nick Smith, the financial advisor with Prudential at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back into the BTC Bank pregame. We're here with the head coach of the Warriors and Doug Fountain. And Coach, you're coming off another tough loss, 52-0 last week to a conference opponent in King City. What sort of things are you telling your group that kind of rally the troops and get ready for another game next week?
Well, things are never as good as they seem and never as bad as they seem. And, we've preached that even when, we were on the other side of this coin. And so, we truly believe it. You're never as high as you think you are, and you're never as low as you think you are. There's always positives to find. There's always things that are negative that you can improve upon. And so whatever the situation is, the only way to go is forward, and that's where our kids are going. Had a great week of practice this week, and we're looking forward to another opportunity.
And then turning the page over to tonight, getting back in conference play against St. Joseph Christian. They're coming off of 2 back-to-back wins against East Atchison and a comeback, and then last week at Stanberry. How are you trying to figure out how to slow down their offense this week coming into tonight's game?
From a scheme point, they're unique from what you'll see all year. They're an academy-style triple option offense, and they're good at it. They get to the line of scrimmage quick. The ball can get on the perimeter quick, and they've really taken a hold and developed an identity in it, and they're present quite a challenge. For us, it's just a matter of being disciplined and getting hands to the ball and tackling. And so, the team that can be disciplined and not chase the eye candy, that's a defense that can slow them down. And so that'll be our intent.
And then switching over to your offense, last points you scored were the first drive of the game against Nottoway Valley 2 weeks ago. What are you trying to maybe come up with offensively to try and get back on track?
I felt against Nottoway Valley, there were portions of the game we moved the ball well, and then we'd hand it over. I think the last 2 weeks were like -8 or 9 or something in turnovers, and so you're not going to score points in that way. Last week I thought King City did a great job, particularly at the second level, getting hats to the ball. We just got to execute. We've got a game plan, and we feel like there's things we're really good at. We've not executed to that level to show that, and we've turned the ball over. So, certainly things to clean up and get back to our identity and play quality football.
And then what are the keys to victory tonight for your Warriors?
Now, possess the ball, stay ahead of the chains, execute offensively, and sustain drives and put points on the board. Defensively, we've got to make sure that we're extremely disciplined. We tackle well in space, read our keys, and do our job. Special teams-wise, we've got to possess the ball and give ourselves advantageous field position.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks again for joining us, part of our BTC Bank pregame. We'll be back with the Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups when we return in just a moment here on Albany TV. If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com. Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope LLC in Albany, Missouri provides compassionate counseling and therapy to help you navigate life's challenges. Kathy specializes in trauma and PTSD, child and behavioral issues. Call Kathy at Acres of Hope at 660-285-4844. That's 660-285-4844. Acres of Hope LLC, because every journey deserves hope. Hungry for real mouth-watering barbecue? Head on over to B&B Barbecue in Albany. From tender pulled pork and juicy brisket to ribs that fall right off the bone, every plate is packed with flavor you'll come back for again and again. And don't forget to try their amazing loaded fries, piled high with your favorite meat. They're a meal within themselves. Whether you're grabbing lunch with friends, taking dinner home for the family, or catering your next big event, B&B Barbecue has you covered. So skip the ordinary, taste the tradition at B&B Barbecue in Albany. Brighten any day with the Briar Patch in Albany, Missouri. From fresh flower bouquets and custom arrangements to charming home decor and unique gifts, the Briar Patch is something special for every occasion. Whether it's birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, or just because, the Briar Patch's friendly team makes it easy to find the perfect way to show you care. Stop by the Briar Patch in Albany, your hometown flower and gift shop where small town charm blooms every day. East Fork Lodge in Albany, Missouri is pleased to announce the opening of its new rec center. It has 2 spacious suites, each equipped with 2 queen beds, a pull-out sofa, kitchenette, microwave fridge, and dining area. Guests have access to half-court basketball, pickleball, workout facilities, and a game room offering billiards, ping pong, air hockey, foosball, and shuffleboard. For details on the rec center, lodging, or the Legacy Event Center wedding venue, contact bookings at eastforklodge.com or visit our website at www.eastforklodge.com.
Looking for something fun and trendy? How about something to wear to cheer on your Warriors or the Chiefs? JC Designs in Albany has it all. JC Designs in Albany has something for you to wear to work, to the ball game, and even for a night on the town. JC Designs is located 1 block west of the square in downtown Albany, or you can check out their website at j-c-designsmo.myshopify.com.
Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Hogue Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Hogue Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Hogue Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust. And welcome back out again here to Albany as we get set for tonight's national anthem and tonight's Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. We'll let public address announcer Derek Brown take it away as the Albany High School Warrior Pride Marching Band makes their way out to do tonight's national anthem. Remember, tonight's pregame is brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, here for good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wayne and Doris Gas Sports Complex at E.C. Smithfield for this Grand River Conference West matchup between the St. Joe Christian Lions and your Albany Warriors. At this time, please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag at the south end of the bleachers for the playing of our national anthem by the Warrior Pride Marching Band.
And now it's time for tonight's Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Hogue Lumber Company. Before you start your next project, stop in and talk to the experts at Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri.
After the starting lineups for tonight's contest, the Lions have chosen not to announce their starters. Starting offense for your Albany Warriors on the line, number 34, Jay Anthony. On the line, number 52, Connor Peterson. On the line, number 56, Shane Miller. At tight end, number 23, Grayson Miller. At wide receiver number 2, Jared Owens. At running back number 10, Elliot Mercer. At running back number 18, Carter Danner. And at quarterback number 7, Jace Palmer. The Warriors are coached by Bud Fenton, assisted by Glenn Hamilton, Jake Nichols, and Seth Klein.
So again, those are your Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. Let's go ahead and give you the starting defense for St. Joseph Christian, followed by the starting offense for St. Joseph Christian, and then the starting defense for the Warriors. Starting defense tonight for St. Joseph Christian will be the junior Cademan Carlson, as well as the senior Landon Hansen. Also getting the start tonight will be the sophomore Noah Dudek. Sophomore Braden Hoffman will also get the start on defense. Now the senior Preston Davis will get the start along with sophomore Amden Ross and sophomore Jackson Korthanke and senior Connor Wagers. That is, again, your starting defense tonight for St. Joseph Christian. Starting offense tonight for the Lions, it'll be Caedmon Carlson, the junior that gets a start along with senior Landon Hansen, sophomore Noah Dudek, and sophomore Braden Hoffman. Also getting the start on offense is the senior Aiden Martindale, a junior Mason Stewart, the senior Preston Davis, and the senior Connor Wagers will round out the starting offense tonight for St. Joseph Christian. Take a look at the starting defense tonight here for the Warriors. It'll be the junior Jared Owens, the junior Clayton Griffin, senior Jace Palmer will be at quarterback, the junior Elliot Mercer, the sophomore Carter Danner, junior Jay Anthony, junior Cutter Peterson, and also getting the start tonight is the junior Porter Runnels. So again, those are your starting offense and defense, sponsored by Hogue Lumber Company. Before you start your next project, stop in and talk to the experts at Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri. We'll get set for the Smith Prudential Financial kickoff when we come back in a moment as we get set to kick off week number 4 of high school football. Friday Night Lights here on Albany TV when we come back in a moment.
The Legacy Event Center at East Fork Lodge, just north of Albany, is a 7,500 square foot beautifully decorated event space that includes a caterer's kitchen, walk-in fridge, and ice machine. The Legacy provides a rustic elegance to your special day with intricate woodworking and natural barnwood walls. The Legacy is home to a black and white grand staircase that makes entrances for special couples unforgettable. A chapel on the property is perfect for intimate ceremonies or phenomenal photo opportunities. Email Jamie at eastforklodge.com or visit the website eastforklodge.com for more information on the Legacy Event Center. Looking to grow your future close to home? At Lone Star Investments in Albany, Missouri, Tanya is there to help you build lasting financial security. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, or just getting started, Tanya offers personalized guidance every step of the way. Stop by Lone Star Investments today, where your goals are their priority. Because investing isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. Lone Star Investments, Albany, Missouri. Secure your tomorrow starting today. Whether you are hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's also has daily lunch specials with the lunch buffet on Wednesdays. Make sure you leave room for dessert though, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christie's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany.
No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you.
Sublime Formal Wear is your homecoming, prom, and special occasion dress destination. Drop in Saturday 10 to 1 to browse their selection of short dresses or schedule a formal gown appointment for an unforgettable session tailored just for you. Sublime Formal Wear has hundreds of dresses in stock. Check out their Facebook page weekly for additional open hours. They're located at 115 South Polk on the west side of the square in Albany. Drop in, find them on Facebook, visit SublimeFlamingoBoutique.com, or call 660-851-1122 to start your journey to your perfect dress.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as we get set here for the opening kickoff tonight here, as it is going to be Albany that wins the toss. They will elect to receive to start out the game. Back to receive is going to be Clayton Griffin. As this one is going to bounce, and it's picked up by Elliot Mercer. He's tackled down by Connor Wagers.
Tough bounce there that ball took. Elliot Mercer did a nice job of flipping those shoulders over, making kind of an over-the-shoulder catch. Looked like he was catching a pass there, but First possession here on offense for the Warriors. Like I said in the pregame, they've got to be intentional here in this one. On this first drive, they haven't scored since first possession of week 2 over at Nottoway Valley. Have a clean drive here, get into the end zone, get 6 points, get rid of that streak right away.
We are aware that there is a problem with the color at the moment. We'll get that fixed here after this first play. And it'll be Jace Palmer takes the direct snap and takes it. He's going to rush it out past the 40-yard line down to the St. Joseph Christian 39-yard line for a first down. And that is going to be a Smith Prudential Financial first down. Remember to keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Next one is again going to be Palmer. That's going to keep it himself. And again makes it a nice big run out to the St. Joseph 30-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play. That time by Palmer.
Well, the Warriors getting Palmer involved in the run game here early. Couple of QB runs here right out of the gate. Get nice chunks on both of them, moving the ball nicely here on the first drive.
So it'll be a 2nd and 1 here from the 30-yard line here for the Warriors. Palmer will take the snap in the shotgun. Hands this one off to Danner. He's got enough for a first down as he's taken down inside the 25-yard line down to the St. Joseph Christian 23-yard line. That is another Smith Prudential Financial Services first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services. That's 660-726-3396.
This goes back to what I was saying in the pregame. The Warriors got to win the battle up front. They haven't done as good of a job as they could in the last couple of games. They're doing well here to start the game in this one.
1st and 10, handoff goes to Mercer, gets hit in the backfield, able to spin out of the tackle, and then hit again. At time, he gets taken down by Jackson Courthanke, and back to the original line of scrimmage there for Elliott Mercer on his first touch of the night. Brings up now a 2nd and 10. So a 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Warriors. They've got Jared Owens lined up wide to the right. Anthony will take the snap the ball here to the senior Palmer. Palmer fakes the handoff. Gets it out to Danner on a little screen. And he's out down to the 10-yard line before he's finally pushed out of bounds for another first down here by the Warriors. Remember to keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Nice job by Palmer there. Had some pressure coming from his right. Rolls out to his left. Delivers that pass at kind of an awkward arm angle, but delivers an accurate pass and picks up a solid gain here for the Warriors. 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 10-yard line here for the Warriors on their opening drive. Pressure. Flip it out to Mercer on the right side. He stiffs arms. The man takes it into the end zone. That's a Warrior touchdown.
It's exactly what the Warriors needed to have right there, right out of the gate. They needed to have a good drive, get their confidence back. Maybe they can start feeling good here on offense, turn that into some sustained possessions on that side of the ball.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. Warriors score here just 2.5 minutes into the ball game. In their first score since their opening drive against Nottoway Valley back in week number 2. Palmer follows some blockers to the right, and he's going to be held short of the end zone. 2-point conversion will fail, but the Warriors still lead 6-0 here with 9:30 left to play here in the first quarter. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
The Albany Booster Club is a group of people who come together to make a better experience for the Albany R3 students. They try to help students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club, helping every Albany R3 student succeed in their field. The Albany Booster Club, joining together for the better of the Albany students.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as the Warriors take on a 6-0 lead. Ricardo Kampf will kick off here for the Warriors. Back to receive the kick is Noah Dudek for St. Joseph Christian. He'll sit back at about his own 9-yard line. Kampf kick deep, is going to be into the end zone for a touchback. And St. Joseph Christian will start on their own 15-yard line. And, Brett, that has probably been one of the best things for the Warriors is they are able to control where the other team starts thanks to their great kicking that they've been able to get from Ricardo Kampf here early in the season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can start your opponent on the 15-yard line, make him go pretty much the full length of the field, that's obviously an advantage, especially when your defense has been not quite what you want it to be yet at this point in the season. That's a good thing for the Warriors to have, is a really good kicker that backs up the offense deep in their own territory.
It'll be Mason Stewart that'll be underneath center. Behind him will be Braden Hoffman, the sophomore. In motion here is Dudek. Looking to pass as Stewart sees some pressure. Flag flies down as he's thrown down in the backfield. Elliott Mercer with the Albany Hy-Vee sack, and it's going to be a hold called against St. Joseph Christian. Remember, you can fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your tailgate headquarters, your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Well, that's a really nice start here for the Warrior defense. They're going to have to get sustained pressure on the quarterback here. Mason Stewart, make him uncomfortable back there. They got pressure really early. They drop back to pass for their first play of the game. They know about this, the Warrior weakness in the secondary. If they can get sustained pressure from Elliott Mercer, Shea Miller, and the rest of the guys on the defensive line, that would be huge for them here in this game.
The penalty is declined, but remember that penalty flag was brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Stan Phillips. And remember, Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
Smart call by the Warriors there. This way they give a loss of down and the loss of yards. They accepted the penalty, it would still be first down.
So a 2nd and 19 upcoming. Handoff goes to Noah Hoffman, the sophomore. He breaks loose, and he's on the move as he's going to take this one all the way to the end zone, and it is a 74-yard touchdown run by the freshman Braden Hoffman.
Well, we talked about how good the pressure was there on the first play for the Warriors there, but that was the complete opposite there on that one. Hoffman went right up the middle, untouched all the way for a touchdown, pretty much in the shadow of his own goalpost.
It is a 2-point conversion upcoming now here for St. Joseph Christian. Handoff again goes to Hoffman. It's Stewart that keeps it himself, takes it in the end zone. It is an 8-6 lead here in favor of St. Joseph Christian, 9-6, or 8-6 with 9:12 left here in the first quarter. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Drips, leak, or big plumbing problems? Don't stress. Call Albany's family-owned business, Brown Plumbing. From repairs to installs, they've got the experience you can trust. And when it comes to heating and cooling, Brown Plumbing keeps your home comfortable year-round. Remember the name and number. Brown Plumbing, 660-726-5716. That's 660-726-5716. Paul you can trust right here at home.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as St. Joseph Christian set to kick off yet again in a little squib kick. And I'm not certain, but Wagers and it looked like Miller both fell on it, but it looks like Miller able to get the fumble or get the onside kick recovery at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think all of Albany was holding their breath there for a minute. That wouldn't technically be a turnover, but it'd be an extra possession they gave to St. Joe Christian. So fortunate to have that recovery there, and now you're starting at midfield.
That kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Kickoff your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. Warriors were able to go on their first drive and take it all the way down. Let's see if they can do the same again. But before that, we have a penalty flag on the play. It's going to be an encroachment penalty here against St. Joseph Christian. Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Stan Phillips, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. So this will put Albany at the St. Joseph Christian 35-yard line for a 1st and 5 in St. Joseph Christian territory. Carter Danner will line up left of his quarterback, Jace Palmer. Danner on the fake, the handoff. Keeping it himself is Palmer. He's going to take it just shy of the first down yard line down to the 31. A gain of 4 on the play.
Well, with the first down penalty there, Warriors get a nice run on 1st and 5. Now sets up a 2nd and 1 here. A lot they can do here in this position.
So a 2nd and 1 upcoming here for the Warriors from the St. Joseph Christian 31. Again, Owens lined up wide out to the right. Option flipped out to Mercer. And he's going to be taken down, but not before he gets enough for a first down and then some. He's pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And it's going to be another Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving towards retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Another good run there by Mercer to the outside, and as he usually does, delivers a nice hit to the defender as he goes down.
Palmer will take the snap in the shotgun. Handoff goes to Mercer. And he's going to pick up 4 yards on first down. Out to the 21-yard line will bring up a 2nd and 6.
Shea Miller's really having a good day on the line. If you've been paying attention to the line, he's had a couple of what you call pancake blocks here in this one.
I said he was a player that was sorely missing from the Warrior lineup last week due to injury, back in the starting lineup here on offense tonight. And definitely making his presence felt. Palmer keeps it himself, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play, just gets it across the St. Joseph Christian 20-yard line down to about the 19-yard line.
Now an interesting play call here for the Warriors. It's 3rd and 4, deep in on the other side of the field in Lion territory, so don't have to get it all back in one play. Who do they go to here on 3rd and 4?
Again, St. Joseph Christian with an 8-6 lead here. Just underneath 7 minutes left to play here in the opening quarter. Palmer will take the snap, fakes the handoff to Mercer. Looking, finds Will Fish all alone. He'll take it to the end zone for a Warrior touchdown.
Well, that was something we talked about a lot in the early season, was teams were going to really sell out for the run, and that could potentially open up some plays for Will Fish, who's been getting most of the snaps this season at tight end, and he was wide open there. It doesn't get a whole lot easier than that for a touchdown.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 2-point conversion upcoming here for the Warriors. Palmer on the option, flips it out to Mercer, and gets taken down, as they're going to say just shy of the end zone. 2-point conversion will fail. It is a 12-8 lead here in favor of the Warriors with 6:44 left to play in the first. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses, great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of northwest Missouri. Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small-town roots with a big-town feel.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 12-8, 6:44 left to play here in the opening quarter of football. Again, Ricardo Kampf will kick off. Back to again receive will be Noah Dudek. Kampf will kick this one deep. Dudek will catch it at his own 1-yard line. He is going to have some room as he breaks out of one tackle. Breaks out of another. He's on Albany's side of the field, finally taken down inside the Albany 35-yard line, down at the 33. As Zayden Palmer, the one on the stop that time for the Warriors.
Well, the Warriors have had a couple of bad special teams plays on the few kickoff returns that they've given up. Haven't always been the best at defending on kickoffs, and we saw it again there. Just poor tackling is what it was.
Said Dudek was literally he could go back no further than what he was. his back foot just above that line at the end zone, so was not considered a touchback. Stewart hands this one off. Again, it's Hoffman. Finds some room to the outside. Hoffman going to take this one to the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. As, again, St. Joseph Christian with another quick answer.
Yeah, we knew that the pass defense was an area of concern for the Warriors, but it's been the run game here. Just a couple of runs by Eli, by Hoffman, and he's just run all over the Warrior defense at this point.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list from United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. Stewart again underneath center here for the Lions. Fakes the handoff. Can't get the pitch off. Now he does, but being hit immediately. That was a dangerous pitch, but on a two-point conversion, I guess. Trying to go to Noda Dudek. Two-point conversion will fail. It's a 14-12 Christian lead. 6:27 left to hear in the first. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Looking for a place where the coffee's always hot and the welcome's always warm? Come on down to Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. From hearty breakfast to home-style lunches, Deb's Dinky Diner serves up the comfort food you love. Whether you're fueling up for the day or winding down with friends, you'll always find a friendly face and a plate full of goodness. Stop by Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, Missouri, where small-town charm meets big flavor.
Again, kicking it off again here for the Lions is Liam Quick. Another onside kick, and this one, I believe, is going to be recovered by the Lions. Or did it roll out of bounds? Said it was kind of close there. Going to wait and see what the answer is. Somebody's got the football at the Albany 39-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're talking about it. So
it could have been maybe it was touched before. It was touched before it crossed the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I was going to say the Warriors really didn't look too they weren't going after the ball as aggressively because, of course, you have to let it go 10 yards before you recover it as the kicking team. So
yeah, but you might also want to try and get it before it hits that 10 yards because looks like Quick is pretty good at getting it right at about 10 yards. Remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. So I believe it's going to be illegal touching is what is called.
Yeah, that's what it is. And it's always tough because once you as the receiving team touch the ball, then it's live and the defense can pick it up. So I think the Warriors just got a little bit caught in between there and avoided another near disaster there on special teams.
So 1st and 10 here for the Warriors. They'll start from the St. Joseph Christian 34-yard line. Owens out wide to the left. Danner to the left of his quarterback, Palmer, with Elliott Mercer behind Palmer. Anthony will set to do the snapping here for the Warriors. 6:25 left here in the first, 14-12. St. Joseph Christian with the lead. Hand off to Mercer up the middle, and he's going to rush this one across the 30-yard line down to the 28-yard line here of St. Joseph Christian.
Another good run there by Mercer on first down. Anytime you can get 4, 5, 6 yards, whatever it is, on first down, you will always take that on first down.
6:02 left to play. As Palmer will take the snap. Handoff this time goes to Danner. And he's going to be stood up a yard short of the first down to the 25-yard line.
Well, modest gain there on second down, but again, 3rd down and 1. You trust, especially with a guy like Mercer in the backfield, that on 2 tries you can get 1 yard, but got to be careful here. Can't get a loss here on 3rd down. Can't turn it over, obviously. Got to execute, move the chains here on 3rd down and short.
5:20 left to play here in the opening quarter. 14-12 is the lead in favor of the Warriors. Palmer fakes the handoff. Looks, finds Danner again. He's got enough for a first down, shy of the 10-yard line, down to the 12. enough for another. Smith Prudential Financial, first down. Keep your money moving towards retirement with Smith Prudential Financial at 660-726-3396.
Another instance there of the play action game for the Warriors, creating a wide open opportunity for somebody down the field. That time it was Carter Danner, wide open in the short passing game, able to get some yards after the catch to move the chains here and get the Warriors knocked on the door of the end zone.
4:43 left to play here in the first. Palmer will take the snap. Hand off to Mercer. No, Palmer will keep it. He's going to be taken down to the backfield. There is Noah Dudek on the stop.
Yeah, that time St. Joe Christian did a nice job getting pressure up the middle, not allowing for Palmer to break that one to the outside, and a loss of about 6 there on that play. Those type of plays the Warriors cannot afford to give up because, again, they're not a super explosive offense. Of course, Elliott Mercer's an explosive runner, but so far he's the only guy who's shown the ability to really break those long runs and take them a long way down the field.
Motioning out was Danner. A penalty flag, though, will fly prior to the snap. And we'll see who they put it on. There's going to be an offsides or a false start. It is going to be an offsides penalty here against St. Joseph Christian. And remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by San Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
And that's a self-inflicted wound for St. Joe Christian. There you had the Warriors in a position they didn't want to be in, 2nd and 16, and now it's going to be second and about.
It was a 2nd and 14. Now it's down to a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 14. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. So you kind of helped them out there with that penalty.
Palmer looking, finds his man, and Jared Owens out at the 5-yard line. A gain there of 4 on the play. Actually, to put him down at the 6, a gain of just 3. So it'll be a 3rd and 4 upcoming from the 6-yard line. And the Warriors can get a first down without scoring a touchdown here. On the 3rd and 6 play, Palmer saw pressure immediately, and not good for the Warriors. Shane Miller behind the play, limping. Yet again, he's been out a couple of times here this season due to injuries as Palmer goes down on a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Miller's trying to walk it off. He's kind of got that limp a little bit. He's not limping quite as much now, so hopefully he's okay. But these Lion linebackers are really doing a nice job of trying to come up at the last second and jump the snap. So Warriors got to mix things up a little bit here, try and get them to jump off sides, throw off their timing a little bit here so they don't have basically a running start right with the snap.
Palmer rolls out to the right. It gets batted in the air to Mercer, and then he loses it. I don't know if they're going to call it a catch and then a fumble or just an incomplete pass. It was Albany that recovered. I think they are going to call an incomplete pass. It'll bring up now 4th down. So the ball got batted up. Elliott Mercer thought turnover on down, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought momentarily had the football, but then lost it as he tried to make the turn up field.
Yeah, there was no way that was a catch. He didn't have that near long enough. But either way, it's as good as the turnover because it's a turnover on downs, and now the Lions have a chance to extend their lead. Warriors got to do something here about Braden Hoffman. He's just taking the last 2 carries deep all the way down the field. 1st
and 10 from the 8-yard line. Pitch out this time to Dudek, and he breaks out of a tackle before he's thrown down just outside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 20 as Mercer on the play. So a first down here for St. Joseph Christian. Remember, that's a Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving towards retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line here for the Lions. In motion is Dudek. Hoffman takes the handoff. Gets away from a tackle, and he's going to be taken down from behind by Porter Runnels, but not before he makes it across into Albany territory down at the Albany 31-yard line.
Another run right up the gut by Hoffman. This time he doesn't take it all the way to the end zone, but still it's something the Warriors are going to have to clean up here. There's no way you can even hope to come out away with a win if you're allowing the running back to take it 30 yards at least on every carry.
So 1st and 10, 1:37 left to play here in the first quarter. 14-12. St. Joseph Christian with the lead and the football. Stewart underneath center. In motion is Dudek. It's a flip out to Dudek to the left. He has some room. Trying to cut it back. A penalty flag flies as Dudek down just shy of the 10-yard line.
2 flags out on the field.
And it's a hold here against St. Joseph Christian. Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by San Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
And that flag looked like it came out late, too, so that was an unnecessary penalty there, as it was already a pretty nice run to begin with, and then you wiped it out with a late holding.
So the hold here against St. Joseph Christian is a spot foul. It came about 6 yards after the run, so it's going to put them back to their own 38-yard line. And that will bring up now a 1st and 17 here for the Lions.
Got to take advantage here on defense if you're Albany.
And this time taking it is Cademan Carlson. Another penalty flag flies as Carlson is tripped up down inside the 20-yard line. So Carlson made it down to the 15-yard line, but another hold is going to push the Lions back yet again and again, going to take away a 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's 3 holding penalties now for the Lions, 3 or 4 here in just the first quarter, and that goes back to the discipline. You got to be able to block without holding and wiping out these nice running plays that the Lions have had. I mean, and they don't have to hold to get nice runs. They've shown it before. There in the first couple of drives, there wasn't holding, and here on this drive, that's really become a problem for them, and it's backed them up here in a bad spot.
So a 1st and 19 from midfield here for the Lions. 1:09 left to play in the first. 14-12, St. Joseph Christian with the lead, and a penalty flag flies here as the snap gets off. I believe it's going to be a false start or an offsides. It'll be a dead ball penalty. And it's a false start penalty called here against the Lions as they continue to shoot themselves in the foot. Remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by San Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your home, life, and auto coverage is not a penalty.
Yeah, this will just drive you mad as a coach whenever your team just keeps on hurting themselves over and over and over again. And now it's 1st down and 22. So, again, it's all self-inflicted wounds here for the Lions.
Time continues to tick down underneath 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Handoff again goes to Hoffman. And he's taken down here by Carter Danner, but not before he makes it out to about the 28-yard line, about 2 yards shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, Hoffman gets a lot of those yards back. Now they're just 2 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 12, that's a good run for Hoffman there to get a lot of those penalty yards back.
So they have it down to the 33-yard line there. So 2nd and 12, pitch out to Dudek to the left. Gets out of one tackle, hurdles another, and finally Porter Runnels able to stop him at the 25-yard line. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter of play. It is a 14-12 St. Joseph Christian lead. It'll be a 3rd and 5 when we come back to start the second quarter, when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
Whether you are meeting up with friends to shoot a game of pool, throw some darts, or maybe play some cards, Shadowfax in Albany has something for you. Shadowfax is your football game day headquarters with the game live on the big screen. Shadowfax is open 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and now open on Sundays during football season. So bring your friends on out to Shadowfax, just off of US 136 in Albany. Thumbalangus, 1 mile east of Ravenwood, will have a private treaty open house with Quail Meadows on Saturday, September 20th. It will feature 35 2024 fall-born bulls, plus offering 2 female lots. If you have any questions, call Jeff at 660-541-2606 or Austin at 660-254-2877. You won't want to miss this private treaty open house by Thumbalangus and Quail Meadows.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. It's a 3rd and 5 upcoming here for St. Joseph Christian. As we start the second quarter of play, Christian leads here 14-12. Mason Stewart underneath center for the Lions. In motion, Dudek. Handoff. Goes to Hoffman. Finds some holes. He's going to have enough for a first down inside the 20-yard line. He'll make it down to the 17. As Jay Anthony comes away with the stop that time for the Warriors. Remember, that first down is brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial Services. Keep your money moving towards retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. In motion, Dudek. Huffman hits immediately at the line of scrimmage that time by a host of Warriors.
Yeah, that's a sight that you want to see if you're a Warrior fan. Finally, Hoffman's met at the line of scrimmage and brought down for no gain. It seems like they've kind of got better and better, giving him shorter and shorter gains as the game has progressed here. So maybe they finally corrected what was leading to just those easy, long runs that he was getting there in the first quarter.
Stewart will flip it out to Hoffman out to the right. He's going to be hit by Elliott Mercer in the backfield to be a loss of about 2 yards back to the 19-yard line.
Nice job by Mercer there. Did not let that play break to the outside. Nice job with outside contain. And then, of course, with the tackle as well. Nice play there by Mercer.
Brings up a 3rd and 12 here for the Lions from the Albany 19-yard line. 10:22 left to play in the second quarter, 14-12. St. Joseph Christian with the lead here over Albany. In motion is Dudek, and a penalty flag not a penalty flag, but the whistle will come as the Warriors are going to take their first Petty John Auto Center timeout here at the half. We're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com.
Want to relive some of Albany TV's greatest moments?
The full court shot, and he makes it! Oh my goodness, he makes it!
His shot at the buzzer.
Banks it!
Catch it online. Albany TV's YouTube page has almost every ball game from 2018 till today right at your fingertips. Watch classic broadcasts, cheer on your favorite teams, and share the memories with family and friends. Subscribe now to Albany TV-Mo on YouTube and relive the game.
Petty John Auto Center in Bethany and Albany is a proud sponsor of Albany TV. Petty John's is your local Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. For new and used vehicles, certified service, and collision center, visit pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. It is a 3rd and 12 upcoming here for St. Joseph Christian. They've got to wait as somebody has their headlights on here in the north end zone. They're waiting on them to turn off their headlights. So as we wait for that, again, it is a 3rd and 12 upcoming here for St. Joseph Christian from the Albany 19-yard line. So as we get ready to start again, St. Joseph Christian will come back to the huddle here real quick. Coming out of the Petty John Auto Center timeout. 10-11 left to play here in the second quarter. In motion is Dudek. Stewart looking to pass, gets wrapped up, gets out of the sack, throws it away, and Carlson comes away with the catch at about the 13-yard line as Stewart somehow managed to get out of the sack that time of Porter Runnels in the backfield and gets the throw off, and Carlson comes back and makes the catch. And what looked like it was going to be a 4th and long ends up now being about a 4th and 7.
Yeah, really nice play there by Mason Stewart. As like you said, it looked like Porter Runnels had him there, and he just stayed on his feet, delivered a nice pass to make this 4th down a whole lot easier.
Stewart on the option. Flips it out to Hoffman, and he's going to turn the corner. He'll take it in the end zone for a Lion touchdown. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson Real Estate Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. 20-12, St. Joseph Christian with the lead, 9:27 left to play here in the second quarter, as St. Joseph Christian will go here for the 2-point conversion. Right now, it stands at a 1-score ball game still. So 2-point conversion upcoming here for the Lions. Handoff to Hoffman. And he's going to be taken down, but a penalty flag flies in. And we'll see what the penalty flag is here. Warrior defense staying on the field like they think it's against them. And it's going to be a face mask. So Hoffman did not get into the end zone, but after the face mask penalty, they will get another shot at this. Remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. So 1st and goal here from the 1 on the 2-point conversion attempt now. Stewart flips it out. Hoffman gets into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. 22-12. St. Joseph Christian has the lead here over Albany with 9:27 left to play in the second quarter. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank School Mascot Debit Card. Choose the card that fits your favorite school and earn that school extra cash with each swipe. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account, stop by your local BTC Bank branch to get your mascot debit card today. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. BTC Bank, here for good. Member FDIC.
BTC Bank.
Liam Quick is sent to kick off here for St. Joseph Christian. This kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial Services. Kick off your future retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Quick is onside the past few times, and they've almost come away with a couple. Another onside kick, this time recovered by Grayson Miller at the Albany 39-yard line.
Nice job there by Miller. That ball didn't go 10 yards, but he just fell on it, quickly got that play to end, and again, it's nice starting field position here for the Warriors.
So 1st and 10 from the St. Joseph Christian 39 here for the Warriors. 9:25 still left to play here in the second quarter. It's a 10-point ball game, 2 possessions in favor of St. Joseph Christian. Taking the snap is Palmer, hands off to Mercer. And he plows his way through across the 35-yard line down into the 34-yard line of St. Joseph Christian.
Another nice 1st down run there by Mercer. Got hit just a few yards past the line of scrimmage, dragged some Lions across for just a few more yards. And again, 5-yard gain on 1st down, not bad.
Wide out to the right here is going to be Jared Owens. Carter Danner to the right of his quarterback with Mercer behind him. Looking to pass, Will Fish, the tight end, comes away with it. Still on his feet as he's finally taken down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 14-yard line.
Another nice catch there by Will Fish, wide open over the middle of the field, and there you saw him fighting for some extra yards, trucked the defender, and carried a couple of Lions forward for 2 or 3 extra yards.
Remember, keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. 8:32 left to play in the second. 22-12, St. Joseph Christian with the lead. Palmer will take the snap on the 1st and 10. And it's a botched handoff that time, trying to get it to Danner. And I think Palmer trying to pull it back was unable to, but able to fall on it back after a loss of about a yard.
Yeah, Warriors avoid disaster there. That was the one thing we talked about in pregame. The Warriors had to avoid here, preferably for the whole game, but at least for the first half, and you really want to limit yourself just to 1 turnover for the game if you're going to have one. But even if they didn't turn it over, it's a wasted play. 2nd and 11, you just wasted that first down play there.
2nd and 11 from the St. Joseph Christian 15-yard line. Palmer will take the snap, flips it out to Mercer to the left, trying to bounce it to the outside. He's going to be thrown down right near the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 11. There on the stop was Cademan Carlson.
And with that wasted first down play, now it's 3rd down here, and again, you'll have 2 tries at it, but they got in this position last time where they got themselves in about a 4th and 5 or so, and that's not super easy to convert in that situation here. So 3rd down and 7, they got to get a good chunk here.
Again, Danner to the right of Palmer with Mercer behind Palmer. And they get St. Joseph Christian to jump off sides. This penalty is brought to you by San Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
Yeah, the Lions have really they've really made it a part of their game plan to try and jump the snap, get really good jumps, and get pressure immediately in the backfield, and the Warriors took advantage of that, got them to jump. Now it's 3rd down and 2, much better than 3rd and 7.
3rd and 2 upcoming here for Albany underneath 8 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Palmer will take the snap. Hand off to Mercer up the middle. Trying to carry defenders, reaches for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Warriors.
There you saw it again, Mercer. He always fights for those extra yards, and he extended the ball forward just enough to break the plane, get it across the goal line, and the Warriors bring it to within 4.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. Warriors go for the 2-point conversion. They've been unsuccessful on their first 2 attempts. And quick pressure. Palmer has to sneak out. He takes it in as he gets inside the pylon. 2-point conversion is good. And it is a 2-point ball game, 22-20. St. Joseph Christian with the lead. 7:45 left to play here in the second quarter. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. As again, it'll be Ricardo Comp that'll kick off here for the Warriors. Dudek back. Again, he was able to pick it up at his own 1-yard line last time and got a nice return. Comp will not let him do it this time as he kicks it out into the end zone for the touchback. And St. Joseph Christian will start at their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, Kopp got a little bit more of that one, just enough to get it in the end zone, make that one unreturnable, and once again the Lions start their possession on their own 15-yard line.
7:45 still left to play in the second quarter, 22-20. St. Joseph Christian with the 2-point lead here over the Warriors. Last time the Lions started on their own 15, they had a sack on the first play and then a 74-yard touchdown run by Huffman. This time it's going to be a pitch out to Dudek, and had a little bit of trouble catching it as he's taken down. There on the stop that time is Jared Owens, just past the 15 for a gain of 2 on the play there by Dudek.
Yeah, nice job by the Warriors to not bite on the play action.
I fell for it.
I was going to say they got me up here with the camera. The Warriors did not fall for it, and they wrapped that up for just a gain of 1.
So again, Stewart will go underneath center. Center, the senior Connor Wagers. Handoff this time goes to Huffman, and he's going to push it up to the 20-yard line. Maybe gets out to about the 21. And it'll be a gain of 4 on the play, brings up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Warrior defense, nice job there in the first 2 plays. If they can wrap this up for a short gain, not let the Lions convert this first down, they'll have a chance to maybe force them to punt, get the ball back as we are entering the second or the last couple of minutes here of the second quarter. They can take the lead before halftime.
6:27 left to play in the second quarter. 22-20, St. Joseph Christian with the lead. Pitch out to Dudek. He's caught no man's land. Alone with him in a telephone box is Elliott Mercer as he takes him down at the 18-yard line, a loss of about 3.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if they got it to 4th and 1. I wasn't quite sure if they would end up going for it so deep. But Elliott Mercer made it not a question there. 4th down and 8. They're for sure going to have to punt here, and the Warriors will have a chance to take the lead.
And for all of you young people out there, telephone box, let's change it to an elevator. As a penalty flag will fly prior to the snap. Warriors were still trying to decide if they were going to send anybody back deep or not as the penalty flag flew. And they're going to get a false start called here against St. Joseph Christian. That really helps out the Warriors decide maybe what they were wanting to do.
Yeah, if they weren't going to, if they were going to try and do a fake or something there, that for sure ended that question. It's 4th and 13.
Nobody really back deep as this one's punted away here by Preston Davis, and it's going to take a St. Joseph Christian bounce and roll dead at the Albany 21-yard line. And that is where the Warriors will take over on their next drive down at their own 21.
5 minutes, 37 seconds left here in the half. If the Warriors, of course, Elliott Mercer's always a threat to take it the length of the field, but if they can wind some clock here and not give the Lions a whole lot of time, they could maybe take the lead here into halftime.
Said St. Joseph Christian will start out the second half with the football after the Warriors won the opening coin toss.
Yeah, so you don't want to give them a chance to go 2 for 1, but of course, if an early scoring opportunity presents itself, you will, of course, take it.
Looks like Palmer going to be alone in the backfield. And he's going to roll out to his right, looking deep, and I think the pass was intended that time for Jared Owens, and Carter Danner about 5 yards in front of it tried jumping to make the catch and ended up falling incomplete.
Yeah, if it was intended for Owens, that changes things, but the pressure there from the Lions got home to Palmer, and if it was intended there for Danner, the throw was behind him, so it's possible that he was trying to get it down the field a little bit farther to Owens.
Brings up now a 2nd and 10. Warriors are going to take their second Petty John Auto Center timeout. We'll take one as well. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Home Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Home Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Home Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Home Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? Petty John Auto Center in Bethany and Albany has got you covered. Petty John's makes buying your next vehicle transparent, simple, and easy. We have no hidden fees and upfront pricing on every vehicle in stock at pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. It's a 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Warriors from their own 21-yard line. 5:33 still left to play here in this second quarter. Danner to the right of his quarterback, Palmer, with Mercer behind him. Handoff goes to Mercer, and he's going to be taken down as he crosses the 25-yard line down at the 26, a gain of 5 on second down that time by Mercer. Brings up now a 3rd and 5. With 5:05 left to play here in the second quarter. Pitch out to the right for Mercer. On the outside, has enough for a first down before he's pushed out of bounds. And they're going to mark him out at the 35-yard line. A gain of 9, and that is going to be another Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Lions had a late substitution there on that play as they just got off the field. They were in danger there of a too many men on the field penalty, but just got off just in time.
Handoff goes to Danner up the middle. He's got some room as he's thrown down inside the St. Joseph Christian 30-yard line, down at the St. Joseph Christian 29. And that is another Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Nice run there by Danner right up the middle. Good blocking up front and didn't even get touched as he got across the field there.
Palmer looking to pass, rolling out to his left. Sees some pressure. Finds his man in Mercer, who just kind of leaked out, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 20-yard line. Down at the 22, a broken play. Ends up a gain of 8 through the air for the Warriors.
Yeah, that was a high throw, but luckily Mercer was able to jump up, get hands on it, and haul it in for a nice catch there and sets up the Warriors nicely here on second down.
It is a 2nd and 3 upcoming here for the Warriors. Warriors look over to the sideline for the play. Palmer on the option out to Mercer on the outside here to the right. And he's going to go out of bounds as he kind of slips and falls out of bounds, which looked kind of scary for the Warriors fans there for a moment as he kind of laid there and thought about it. Pushed out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Another gain of 9 on the carry there for Mercer. Enough for another Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving towards retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. Handoff this time goes to Danner up the middle inside the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 8 for a gain of 5 on first down.
Danner, a couple nice runs here in a row, and he's done a nice job here. This is his first year with a lot of varsity snaps, and he's gotten better and better each week. And this is probably already his best game as a varsity player here early in the season.
2nd and 5, handoff goes to Mercer. And he's going to pick up short yardage just shy of the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 3 on second down, brings up a 3rd and 2. Be a 3rd and long 2 upcoming. .325 left to play here in the second quarter. 22-20. St. Joseph Christian with the lead again. The Lions will get the kickoff to start out the second half of play, and a penalty flag flies, and Cutter Peterson that time, I believe, might have jumped this time for the Warriors. And it is going to be a penalty flag here against the Warriors. Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by Sam Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. Puts them back at their own 11-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and 8. Palmer takes the snap. Hand off to Mercer up the middle. Gets met immediately. That time by Jackson Courthanke. Brings up a 4th down from about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, Mercer kind of spun away from Courthanke there. Got himself a little bit of extra yards there as he fell forward. But with that false start penalty, it's 4th and 4. Whereas if they got that exact yardage on that carry before, it would have been a 1st down. So that penalty hurt them. They got to convert here on 1st down. Sorry, 4th down.
4th and a short 4. Palmer going to keep it himself, and he's not going to make it as he makes it out to the 5-yard line, a gain of just 1. And the Warriors are going to turn the ball over on downs for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, again, it goes back to that margin of error. It's really, really small for the Warriors. They can't have turnovers. They can't have penalties, and we saw it there. They were on the doorstep of scoring and taking the lead, and instead St. Joe Christian takes over on downs with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left, all 3 timeouts here to extend this lead going into halftime, and they get the ball coming out of the break.
Mason Stewart will go underneath center again here for the Lions, as he has all night. In motion is Dudek. There'll be a pitch out to Hoffman to the left. Now trying to cut it back up, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 10-yard line, down at the 9. A gain of about 4 on the play that time by Huffman.
Yeah, and Christian not going to call a timeout now, it doesn't look like, so they're going to have to move quickly on these plays where they don't call a timeout. Now 1:51 seconds left in the half.
2nd and 6 upcoming from the St. Joseph Christian 9-yard line. Stewart flips it out to Dudek. He's going to make it to the corner here on the outside, and he's finally going to be pushed out right around the 30-yard line, and a late penalty flag going to fly here as well. As they push him out, it looks like at the 29. We'll see what the penalty flag is here. Penalty flag came around where the hit occurred. It was towards the out-of-bounds line. I don't know if it was late or not. That is exactly what they're going to call, as they're going to call a personal foul late hit against the Warriors. And this is going to tack on some extra to the run and put St. Joseph Christian at the Albany 34-yard line.
Yep, extra yards there for the Lions. Now they're in Warrior territory. Clock's running here, 1:25 left to go, but Lions have all 3 of their timeouts.
That penalty flag brought to you by Sam Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your home, auto, and life coverage is not a penalty. Flip out to Dudek. And he's going to be tripped up, loses the football, but they're going to say that he was down before he lost it. And it'll be a gain of about 2 yards there on the play, that time by Dudek.
Lions still not going to call a timeout. They're telling Stewart to hurry up there, but 53 seconds left, and you still have all 3 of your timeouts. Don't want to save them all to the end.
Well, they're also making sure that they don't leave any time left for the Warriors if they do score. Throw out to Dudek, one-handed catch, brings it in, and he's pushed out of bounds right near the 1st down yard marker, but a penalty flag down around the line of scrimmage. And we'll see what the penalty flag is. And it looks like this one's coming back, as it looks like it's going to be a hold called here against St. Joseph, or false start penalty here against St. Joseph Christian. So the false start is going to push them back to their own 37-yard line. I believe we're going to have our first timeout taken here by St. Joseph Christian with 37 seconds left. We'll be back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com.
If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team. Thank you for watching this Albany TV broadcast. Make sure to leave a like and don't forget to turn on your notifications to never miss out on a broadcast like this one. If you want to be a part of our broadcast or have any comments about this broadcast, contact us by messaging us on Facebook. Thank you again for watching.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 37 seconds left here in the second quarter. 22-20, St. Joseph Christian with the lead and the football. It'll be a second and 13 upcoming. Dudek on the pitch looking to try and pass the ball. Has a bunch of pressure, still looking to get rid of it for Mason Stewart. And over top the head of Camden Griffin as Stewart comes down with it. And he's going to be taken down inside the 15, down at the 12-yard line. Griffin went after the pass, and he was unable to come away with it, but a penalty flag down deep here in the offensive backfield. And a penalty is going to be a hold called against the Lions.
Well, that's good news there for the Warriors because, once again, a couple of missed tackles and then some subpar defense on the back end there, and the Lions completely flipped the field there due to their own penalty.
They'll have to take the next snap at their own 27-yard line. Remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by San Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. So it'll be a second and about 30. As they need the Warrior 24-yard line for a first down. Stewart pitches it out to Dudek. It was low, and it fell to the ground. They're going to say it was a forward pass as an incompletion. And that might have been the best news that St. Joseph Christian could have had, because I think that was going to be a fumble. And Dudek was going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage, and time was going to continue to run. And St. Joseph Christian was going to have to use another one of their two remaining timeouts. Brings up now a 4th and 30. Upcoming here for the Lions with 20 seconds left here in the second quarter. And looks like Preston Davis is going to punt this one away. Again, nobody back there for the Warriors as it bounces out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
Warriors just have one timeout and 14 seconds left. I'd be surprised if they try something crazy down the field. They may try and, pass it short, break something off deep, but I doubt they take a shot down the field.
22-20, St. Joseph Christian with the lead. Albany a 1st and 10 from just outside their own 20-yard line. Again, 14 seconds remain here in the opening half of play. Remember, during our Albany Hy-Vee halftime, we'll have a chat with the band director from the Albany High School, Middle School Warrior Pride Marching Band, and Sean Sherlock. That'll be coming up for you along with the first half stats and scores from around 8-man, all during your Albany Hy-Vee halftime. A pass intended that time for Zayden Palmer. Just misses off the end of his fingertips as it falls incomplete.
Well, trying to go for a little brother-to-brother connection there, but just couldn't quite hook up on that one. And again, it was a short pass. They're not going to be able to probably take a shot deep down the field. They're going to have to go underneath and then hope for some yards after the catch. Now 10 seconds left.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 here for the Warriors. St. Joe Christian will put 2 defensive backs at about their own 35-yard line, making sure nobody gets past them. Looking deep for Zayden Palmer, and this one overthrown As another 4 seconds run off the clock, as it brings up now a 3rd and 10. With, again, 6 seconds still remaining. Palmer will take the snap. Handoff goes to Mercer. No, Palmer going to keep it himself. Gets one guy to fall down. A penalty flag flies as Palmer taken down about his own 27-yard line. Time runs out on the play. But if it's a defensive penalty, I don't think the half can end on a defensive penalty. I know a game can't end on one. I don't know about the half. I wouldn't think so.
They signaled holding, but they didn't say who it was on. Now they're talking about it some more.
Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by San Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. They're going to wave off the penalty, and that will do it for the end of the first half. We'll be back with your Albany Hy-Vee halftime and a chat with the band director from the Albany High School and Middle School Warrior Pride Marching Band and Sean Sherlock when we come back in a moment. Remember, tonight's halftime brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent St. Phillips in Albany for a free personal protection review.
In life, as in sports, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance, someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy. To get started, contact me, Nick Smith, the financial advisor with Prudential at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. Remember your halftime tonight here on Albany TV, brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors helping you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV. BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center locations in Bethany and Albany. Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany. The Hogue Lumber Company in Albany and the Albany Hy-Vee. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany. United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany. Shelter Insurance agent San Phillips in Albany. Johnson Controls. The Briar Patch and Sublime Formal Wear, both located on the west side of the square in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany, along with East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center. Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany. Kathy Sneed with Acres of Hope LLC. JC Designs just off the square in Albany. B&B Barbecue in Albany. Lone Star Investments on the square in Albany. Shadowfax on 136 in Albany. Brown Plumbing in Albany, and Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. The City of Albany. Thummel Angus in Ravenwood. Williams Construction in Albany, the Albany Booster Club, the Albany and St. Joseph and Christian Schools, and the Printer News Shopper located in Albany. As we take a look here at the stats from the first half, looking at Albany tonight passing, Jace Palmer 6 for 10 passing for 77 yards and a touchdown tonight. Receiving, Will Fish 2 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. Carter Danner 2 catches for 26 yards. Elliott Mercer 1 catch for 7 yards. Jared Owens 1 catch for 5 yards. Rushing the ball tonight, Elliott Mercer leads the way, 12 carries, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jace Palmer 10 carries for 34 yards. Carter Danner 4 carries for 31 yards. For St. Joseph Christian tonight, Mason Stewart 2 for 2 passing for 4 yards. Noah Dudek 1 for 1 passing for 29 yards. That was erased due to a penalty. Receiving tonight, Caden Carlson 1 catch for 6 yards. Mason Stewart 1 catch for 29 yards. Rushing tonight, Braden Hoffman 10 carries, 181 yards and 3 touchdowns. Noah Dudek 6 carries for 30 yards. Mason Stewart 1 carry for -9 yards. And Brett, the big thing tonight for the Warriors, they really did a good job of controlling things. I thought offensively, kind of were able to do what they kind of wanted to do, get the ball ran. They've done really well on the play action. I think the thing that has really hurt them are the 2 big running plays by Braden Hoffman that went for touchdowns, including, I think, the one that was 74 yards on the second play for St. Joseph Christian.
Yeah, Shea Miller is not in the game defensively here. He's just playing one way, and that's offense. And early in the game, I was thinking, man, they are really missing Shea in this one. They got on defense. They got better as the game went along and limited those runs, and that's why they were able to kind of slow down what looked like we might have kind of a shootout here. Both defenses not really having a whole lot of success while the offenses really just run away with it. It kind of slowed down there, and we're at a 22-20 halftime lead for St. Joe Christian. Offensively for the Warriors, they've done much better at holding on to the football. They've had a few near misses where it looked like they were maybe going to turn the ball over, and it didn't quite happen. They were able to hold on to it, but they had a penalty that got them behind the chains late in that first half. They weren't able to overcome that, and that led to a turnover on down. So that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the margin for error with this team is very small. They have to limit the turnovers. They have to limit the penalties. In years past, they've had really explosive players, really explosive offenses where multiple guys could really just break one off and overcome stuff like that. They haven't shown the ability to do that this year, so they have to limit those mistakes.
Yeah, and I mean, really kind of one of the things that's kind of helped the Warriors stay in this football game has been the mistakes from St. Joseph Christian. I mean, I'm trying to look here at, it looks like they had 10 penalties for 67 yards in the first half compared to Albany's 3 for 23 yards.
Yeah, on the flip side, what I was just saying for Albany, it's the exact opposite for St. Joe Christian. Albany's, for the most part, they've done a nice job of limiting those penalties. They've had a few that kind of really hurt them, but that's kept them in the game. St. Joe Christian, that's kept them from making this lead even more. They had a possession where it was, I think, 3 penalties all in a row and 2 on back-to-back, or 2 on the same play. So they've really got to cut that out in the second half. That's no doubt a point of improvement for them in the halftime huddle because, yeah, it's been a big problem area for them here in this one.
And we'll be back with the chat with the band director, Sean Sherlock, when we come back in a moment. Again, it's a 22-20 St. Joseph Christian lead here at the half in Albany. And on Albany TV, remember your halftime is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Thumbalangus, 1 mile east of Ravenwood, will have a private treaty open house with Quail Meadows on Saturday, September 20th. Thumbalangus, 1 mile east of Ravenwood, will have a private treaty open house with Quail Meadows on Saturday, September 20th. It will feature 35 2024 fall-born bulls, plus offering 2 female lots. If you have any questions, call Jeff at 660-541-2606 or Austin at 660-254-2877. You won't want to miss this private treaty open house by Thumbalangus and Quail Meadows. If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com. Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope LLC in Albany, Missouri provides compassionate counseling and therapy to help you navigate life's challenges. Kathy specializes in trauma and PTSD, child and behavioral issues. Call Kathy at Acres of Hope at 660-285-4844. That's 660-285-4844. Acres of Hope LLC, because every journey deserves hope. Hungry for real mouth-watering barbecue? Head on over to B&B Barbecue in Albany. From tender pulled pork and juicy brisket to ribs that fall right off the bone, every plate is packed with flavor you'll come back for again and again. And don't forget to try their amazing loaded fries, piled high with your favorite meat. They're a meal within themselves. Whether you're grabbing lunch with friends, taking dinner home for the family, or catering your next big event, B&B Barbecue has you covered. So skip the ordinary, taste the tradition at B&B Barbecue in Albany. Brighten any day with the Briar Patch in Albany, Missouri. From fresh flower bouquets and custom arrangements to charming home decor and unique gifts, the Briar Patch is something special for every occasion. Whether it's birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, or just because, the Briar Patch's friendly team makes it easy to find the perfect way to show you care. Stop by the Briar Patch in Albany, your hometown flower and gift shop, where small town charm blooms every day. And welcome back into the Albany Hy-Vee halftime. We're here with the band director of the Albany School Marching Warriors and talking with Mr. Sean Sherlock. Sean, how big is your band this year for performances that most people would see during halftime or out at the different festivals you'll be going to?
Well, this year we have a roster of 26. That includes our 7 Guards members and 19 as a part of our playing band. We're pretty young this year, majority of our group, 18 of them being which from 8th grade and 9th grade, but we've got an impressive sound coming from such a young group.
What can people expect to hear when they come out and hear the band this year?
The title of our show this year is Care to Dance. We are featuring Just Dance, Dance to the Music, and Dancing Queen.
And then what competitions are you doing? I know you usually tend to do 2 or 3 competitions every year. Where are you guys attending this year and when are they?
Yeah. So we are going to be going to Missouri Western's Tournament of Champions. I don't have an exact date with me right now, but that is the 1st or 2nd week of October. Then we have Missouri Days Marching Festival. That is in Trenton. That one is on October 18th. Then we have Northwest's Homecoming Parade. I believe that's on October 24th, but don't quote me on that. I'd have to look at my schedule.
So basically you're looking at almost 3 back-to-back weeks then of doing some sort of either competition or parade, marching. So how is it this year trying to get everybody acclimated, band camp, to now? Where are we at with field show?
Well, they call it Bandtober for a reason. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Thankfully, we don't have as many home games. Right now, the band is rounding off, getting their first tune onto the field, music and drill. We're working on charting our 2nd tune. Music is almost there. I'm thinking that we should have our field show ready to go, hopefully by the time we start competition in October.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you again, Sean. Also, I wanted to make one quick thing here. I know you probably want to do it as well. You guys are raising some funds to get ready to go on a trip here this spring. Tell people a little bit about that.
Well, yeah. One of the great joys of playing music is being able to travel and perform music in different and exciting places, and that's one of the philosophies that I have being a director of bands. The band will be going to Nashville, Tennessee, April 16th to April 19th. If anybody is interested in donating or assisting with our cause, we have the Gift of Performance link that is up on our Albany Warrior Pride Marching Band page on Facebook. Just a great opportunity for kids to go out and do something exciting with music.
All right. Well, thank you again, Sean, and good luck this year in your competitions. And we'll see you a lot out on the football field performing for halftimes, and hopefully we'll make it down to see one of your performances at either Missouri Western, at Trenton, or up at Maryville at Northwest Missouri State. We'll be back with first half stats when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
East Fork Lodge in Albany, Missouri is pleased to announce the opening of its new rec center. It has 2 spacious suites, each equipped with 2 queen beds, a pull-out sofa, kitchenette, microwave fridge, and dining area. Guests have access to half-court basketball, pickleball, workout facilities, and a game room offering billiards, ping pong, air hockey, foosball, and shuffleboard. For details on the rec center, lodging, or the Legacy Event Center wedding venue, contact bookings at eastforklodge.com or visit our website at www.eastforklodge.com.
Looking for something fun and trendy? How about something to wear to cheer on your Warriors or the Chiefs? JC Designs in Albany has it all. JC Designs in Albany has something for you to wear to work, to the ball game, and even for a night on the town. JC Designs is located 1 block west of the square in downtown Albany, or you can check out their website at j-c-designsmo.myshopify.com.
Looking to grow your future close to home? At Lone Star Investments in Albany, Missouri, Tanya is there to help you build lasting financial security. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, or just getting started, Tanya offers personalized guidance every step of the way. Stop by Lone Star Investments today, where your goals are their priority. Because investing isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. Lone Star Investments, Albany, Missouri. Secure your tomorrow starting today. Whether you're hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's also has daily lunch specials with the lunch buffet on Wednesdays. Make sure you leave room for dessert though, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christy's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany.
No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. Remember, your halftime tonight here on Albany TV is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Albany Hy-Vee is proud to support Warrior Athletics. They're committed to serving the community with fresh food, friendly service, and strong local partnerships. 22-20, St. Joseph Christian has the lead here over the Warriors at the half. And again, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats from around 8-man football at the moment. In the Grand River Conference West, it is Worth County that leads over North Andrew at the half, 38-8. Right before the half, King City leading over Stanberry, 66-12. No score yet from Pattonsburg and Princeton. Scores from the Highway 275 Conference at the half. It's Rockport leading over Platte Valley, 40-8. Nottoway Valley leads over DeKalb, 68-12. East Atchison in a close one with South Holt. East Atchison leads 26-20. And Mound City leads over Stewartsville Osborne 22-6. And the I-70 versus the South at the moment at the half. It's Norburn Hardin Central leading Orick 16-6. Northwest Hughesville leading over Sweet Springs 36-14. And the I-70 versus the North at half. It's North Shelby leading over Wellington Napoleon 22-0. I-70 versus Independent. Lincoln at the half is leading over Concordia 26-7. And the South versus the North, it's Schuyler County over Keatsville 22-0. The North versus Independent, Knox County leads over Bishop of Blonde 30-8. In the WeMo Conference at the half, Archie with a big lead over Osceola 59-0. Appleton City also up big at half 60-0 over Rich Hill. At half, it's Drexel with a lead over Jasper 34-18. And the WeMo versus Independent at the moment, Liberal leads over New Heights at the half 54-0. And the Independent score of the night, number 2, Lockwood leading over Greenfield 51-20. No scores yet from Northland Christian, Paris, Santa Fe, and Slater, and St. Paul Lutheran and Bramer. And then again, the Pattonsburg and Princeton score. Also, no update yet on that one. Trying to see if we can get you another update. I know that game between King City and Stanberry has been pretty close, or not been pretty close. It's pretty close to ending that first half. With about 56 seconds left, it was Ryder Sample that ran back the kickoff following a Stanberry score to take a 66-12 lead. Again, that was, with underneath a minute left in the first half. Here at the half, 22-20 is the lead in favor of St. Joseph Christian over Albany. Remember, your halftime tonight here on Albany TV is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors help you bring you tonight's broadcast. BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center locations in Bethany and Albany. Winners Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany. The Hogue Lumber Company in Albany. And the Albany Hy-Vee. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, along the United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany. Shelter Insurance agent Sand Phillips in Albany. Johnson Controls, the Briar Patch and Sublime Formal Wear, both on the west side of the square in Albany. The Raymond Smith Body Shop, and also East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center. Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany. Kathy Sneeds with Acres of Hope LLC. JC Designs just off the square in Albany. B&B Barbecue on 136 in Albany. Lone Star Investments on the square in Albany. Shadowfax on 136 in Albany. Brown Plumbing in Albany, and Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. The City of Albany, Thummel Angus and Ravenwood. Williams Construction, the Albany Booster Club, the Albany and St. Joseph Christian Schools, and the Printery News Shop are located in Albany. Remember, Thummel Angus and Quell Meadows is having a preview sale tomorrow in Ravenwood. Go check that out. We'll be back to start out the second half when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
Sublime Formal Wear is your homecoming, prom, and special occasion dress destination. Drop in Saturday 10 to 1 to browse their selection of short dresses or schedule a formal gown appointment for an unforgettable session tailored just for you. Sublime Formal Wear has hundreds of dresses in stock. Check out their Facebook page weekly for additional open hours. They're located at 115 South Polk on the west side of the square in Albany. Drop in, find them on Facebook, visit SublimeFlamingoBoutique.com, or call 660-851-1122 to start your journey to your perfect dress. The Albany Booster Club is a group of people who come together to make a better experience for the Albany R3 students. They try to help students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club, helping every Albany R3 student succeed in their field. The Albany Booster Club, joining together for the better of the Albany students. Drips, leak, or big plumbing problems? Don't stress. Call Albany's family-owned business, Brown Plumbing. From repairs to installs, they've got the experience you can trust. And when it comes to heating and cooling, Brown Plumbing keeps your home comfortable year-round. Remember the name and number. Brown Plumbing, 660-726-5716. That's 660-726-5716. Quality you can trust right here at home. In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses, great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of Northwest Missouri.
Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small town roots with a big town feel.
And welcome back out to Albany as we get set for the second half kickoff, brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Kick off your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Again, Ricardo Kampf will kick off here for the Warriors. Back to receive the kick will be Noah Dudek here for St. Joseph Christian. (22-20) is the lead here in favor of the Christian Lions. Kampf will kick deep. This one is going to go out to the back of the end zone. Touchback, and the Lions will start on their own 15-yard line yet again.
I think that was Kampf's biggest or longest kick so far today. That was a touchback by a mile. And the Lions coming out for their first possession of the second half. We'll see here what the Warriors can do on defense. It's a big drive here for both teams. The Lions trying to push this to 8 and maybe a 2-possession game with the 2-point conversion. Warriors trying to get a stop so they can try and take the lead coming back out.
So again, it'll be Mason Stewart that will go underneath center here for the Warriors. It was Hoffman who had a big first half, 188 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he'll get the opening handoff, and he's going to get wrapped up after a short yard pickup. Down at the 18, a gain of 3 there on the play. At time by the sophomore Huffman.
Well, the Warriors have done a really nice job basically since the first couple of drives where Hoffman was just, taking the ball right up the middle, untouched for long scores. They've done a nice job responding well to that and not letting that happen anymore.
Brings up a 2nd and 7 here for the Lions. Stewart underneath center, Dudek in motion. Handoff goes to Huffman up the middle. And he's going to be hit just shy of the first down yard marker. It's going to be close. They're going to see if they give it to him or not, or if he's going to be just short. Looks to be inches short for about 3rd and inches. They're going to say 3rd and short. Just shy of the 25-yard line. A minute 15 here into the start of the second half. Stewart hands this one off again. And that time looked like there was a different running back in. It looked like it was Calvin Wick that got the carry that time.
He's got enough for a first down. Just enough. I wasn't quite sure if he had it or not, but
they're actually going to give him about 2 extra yards there. Put him at the 27. That is going to be enough for a Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services. Brings up a 1st and 10 here for the Lions. Stewart going to keep this one himself. Cuts it upfield. And he's going to be hit from behind, but not before he takes it across Albany's side of the field. Down inside the Albany 35 at the Albany 33-yard line.
Nice run there by Stewart. Again, it set up like it was an option and could have pitched it, but saw the Warriors giving him a lane, and he cuts it right up the field and gets a nice gain there for himself.
Remember, keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter, 22-20. Is the lead in favor of the Lions as they're driving here on their opening possession of the second half against the Warriors. Stewart pitches this one out to Dudek, and he trips in the backfield. He'll go down at about the 35-yard line, a loss of 2 there on the play.
Yeah, Dudek slipped and fell there, and there was a Warrior defender there ready to wrap him up even if he didn't slip and fall there, so not quite sure that was going to go anywhere anyway.
Brings up now a 2nd and 12 here for the Lions. They lead here by a 2-point conversion. They're 2 for 3 on their attempts. Albany 1 for 3. Again, it's Wick up the middle, and he gets tripped up as they're going to mark him down at about the 27-yard line.
I think that was Jay Anthony who tripped him up there, and that might have just saved a touchdown for the Warriors because Wick had a lot of green grass in front of him.
Brings up a 3rd and 4 now for the Lions. Wide out to the right is going to be Cademan Carlson. Dudek will go in motion. Hand off to Wick up the middle. He's going to break free this time. Takes it into the end zone for a Lions touchdown. Calvin Wick this time takes it into the end zone as the junior makes this again a 8-point ball game with 8:23 left to play here in the third quarter.
Nice running there by Wick on that drive, and now, again, another chance here for the Lions to get a 2-point conversion and extend this lead to 2 possessions.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 2-point conversion attempt upcoming here for St. Joseph Christian to make this a 2-possession ball game yet again. Fumble on the 2-point conversion recovered by the Warriors. So the 2-point conversion will fail. It stays a 1-possession ball game. 28-20, 8:23 left in the third. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Looking for a place where the coffee's always hot and the welcome's always warm? Come on down to Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. From hearty breakfast to home-style lunches, Deb's Dinky Diner serves up the comfort food you love. Whether you're fueling up for the day or winding down with friends, you'll always find a friendly face and a plate full of goodness. Stop by Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany, Missouri, where small-town charm meets big flavor.
Welcome back out again here to Albany as we're back up to a 2-possession or a full 8-point ball game. As St. Joe Christian misses on the 2-point conversion. Quick again set to kick off. Remember to kick off your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Quick, another onside. It goes through Will Fish, but recovered by Elliott Mercer back at his own 35-yard line. And that is where the Warriors will start their next drive.
Well, the Warriors got to stop on the 2-point conversion thanks to the fumble, so it's still a 1-possession game. So they have to execute on this drive. Again, got to limit the penalties, can't have a turnover, and if you get in the end zone, you've got to convert that 2-point conversion, get this to a tie ball game. They've been trying to claw back and either tie up the game or retake the lead for a while now. Got to do it here.
Carter Danner lines up to the left of his quarterback and Palmer. Faking the handoff to Danner. Palmer has a little bit of lane as he takes it across midfield down into St. Joe territory, down at the St. Joe 39-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play that time by the Warriors on first down. 8 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. 28-20 is the lead here in favor of the Warriors. Palmer rushes out to the right side, has a little bit of room, has enough for a first down, pushed out of bounds inside the St. Joe 25-yard line, down at the 24.
Nice run there by Palmer. He had a couple of good runs right out of the gate, and since then hasn't quite broken one off deep. And that was a nice run there to move the chains and give the Warriors a fresh set of downs.
Remember to keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. 7:40 left to play here in the third quarter. 28-20 is the lead in favor of St. Joe Christian. A blitzing linebacker got through, but Warriors able to get the handoff off, that time to Carter Danner. And he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. So the blitzing linebacker really timed the snap count perfectly.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's now a 2nd and 10.
That's what the Lions have been trying to do pretty much all game, and a couple of times, yeah, you're right, they've really got that snap count down. Warriors got to be careful here of letting that happen again.
Palmer alone in the backfield. Drops it, able to pick it back up. He's going to pick up maybe about a yard before he's met by a pride of Lions. Be a 1-yard pickup. Down to the 23.
That one looked like it hit Palmer right in the hands, and he just couldn't quite haul it in, and that's the type of plays the Warriors can't afford to have. Now it's 3rd down and 9. It is 4-down territory, but they got to make sure to get at least half of this at the very least. Make it 4th down and 5, 4th down and 4 at the very least.
6.5 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Wide out to the left is going to be Jared Owens. Pitch out to the right to Mercer. Has a lane through the 10-yard line. He's going to find himself in the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors.
That's just what the Warriors needed right there from Mercer as he takes that one all the way in for a touchdown. It was looking like maybe they were in turnover on downs territory once again if they didn't get something there. And Mercer just said, I'll handle this one, and takes it all the way in for 6.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 2-point conversion upcoming here for the Warriors to try and tie this game up at 28. Pressure. And Palmer taken down in the backfield. 2-point conversion will fail. And it stays at a 2-point ball game, 28-26. St. Joseph Christian continues to hang on to this lead since they originally took it back in the first quarter with an 8-6 lead. 6:12 left to go here in the third. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Whether you are meeting up with friends to shoot a game of pool, throw some darts, or maybe play some cards, Shadowfax in Albany has something for you. Shadowfax is your football game day headquarters with the game live on the big screen. Shadowfax is open 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and now open on Sundays during football season. So bring your friends on out to Shadowfax, just off of US 136 in Albany.
Ricardo Koff set to kick off here for the Warriors. Remember, this kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial Services. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Deep kick by Koff is going to go into the end zone for a touchback, and St. Joseph Christian will start at their own 15-yard line. It's a 28-26 St. Joseph Christian lead, 6:12 left to play here in the third quarter, and the Lions will start on their own 15-yard line.
Well, the Warriors have gotten some good offense here, but they cannot convert those 2-point conversions that they've desperately needed to tie up this game. And so they've got to get a stop here on defense, especially because they've had a few mishaps on offense. You don't want to get yourself in a position where you got to score and then you give the ball away or something like that. Got to get a stop here on defense, get yourself in a position where you can tie the game up.
So
take the lead.
So St. Joseph Christian has the ball on their own 15. Stewart underneath center, Dudek in motion. This time it's going to be a pitch out to Wick to the outside. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. Jace Palmer is the Warrior there to meet him as they knock him down for a loss of 2 on the play.
It's a great play there by Palmer to come up from his linebacker position there, right behind the D-line. Wrap up the ball carrier there for a loss of 2. Great first down play there for the Warrior defense.
Brings up now a 2nd and 12 here for the Lions. 5:40 left to play here in the third quarter. Stewart underneath center. Handoff goes to Wick. And he's maybe going to push himself forward for a gain of about a yard or 2. They're going to give him about 2.5 out to the 16-yard line. Brings up now a 3rd and 9.
Well, a good opportunity here once again for the Warriors. They can force St. Joe Christian to punt here if they have another defensive play like those last 2.
3rd and 9 facing the Lions. 5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. 28-26. St. Joseph Christian with the 2-point lead.
Got to move quick here. 7 seconds left on the play clock.
Get out of the huddle and get lined up with 3 seconds. Dudek in motion. Hand off to Wick, and he's going to get short yardage, a gain of about 1 there on the play. And it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, credit to the Warrior defense here. If St. Joe Christian ends up punting here, that was a great drive there to get him off the field quickly.
It does look like St. Joseph Christian is going to bring their punt unit on as Preston Davis will come on again. The Warriors so far tonight have not put anybody back in case they do try and fake. They will do the same thing again here. Preston Davis will punt this one away, and this one is going to be a good one for Christian as it bounces inside the 25-yard line, rolls dead at the Albany 23-yard line. And that is where the Warriors will start their next drive on their own 23-yard line.
Well, this is maybe the most important drive to this point in the game here for the Warriors. They're down by 2. Touchdown puts them up back on top in the lead. Got to execute here. They had a great drive last time out. Got to replicate that here and then maybe even cap it off with a 2-point conversion.
Good Warriors have not led since their very first possession where they took a 6-0 lead. Carter Danner to the right of his quarterback. Jace Palmer. Palmer will keep it himself. And he's going to rush forward, picks up maybe about a yard or 2 out to the 25-yard line. And it's going to be a gain of 2, brings up a 2nd and 8. Four minutes left to play in the third. It's a 2-point ball game in favor of St. Joseph Christian. Albany with the ball on their own side of the field at their own 25-yard line. A 2nd and 8 upcoming here for the Warriors. Anthony gets on the ball. Out wide to the right is going to be Jared Owens. Palmer in the backfield with Elliott Mercer behind him. Mercer gets the handoff, rushes forward, plows through a couple of tackles, and out past the 30-yard line down to the 31. A gain of 6 on the carry on 2nd down, that time by the junior Elliott Mercer.
Yeah, nice hard run there right up the gut. Explodes through the hole, carries a few Lions for a couple of yards. Now 3rd down and just a couple of yards here. Sets him up nicely here to convert.
3:10 left to play here in the third quarter. As the Warriors will break the huddle, they'll get back to the line. About 12 seconds left here on the play clock. Again, Danner to the right of his quarterback with Mercer behind him. Hand off to Mercer up the middle. He's got enough for a 1st down as he's across the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him down. Looks to be about the 36. That's going to be enough for a Smith Prudential Financial 1st down. Remember to keep your money moving towards retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Yeah, nothing too fancy there for the Warriors. 3rd down on about 2. Just hand it off to Elliott Mercer. Let him run it right up the middle. Get those 2 yards for you. Move the chains for a fresh set of downs.
2:33 left to play here in the third quarter. 28-26, Christian with a 2-point lead. Hand off to Carter Danner, and he's going to be met in the backfield. That time on the stop was Preston Davis, a loss of a yard there on the carry. That time by the sophomore Carter Danner.
Nice play there by Davis to get through the front of the Warriors, the offensive line, in that play for a loss of 1. If they can get the Warriors behind the chains, behind schedule here, and force them into a passing down, that's where you can really make them uncomfortable.
1:55 left here in the third as the Warriors will take the snap. Option pitch out to Elliott Mercer. Has ahead his team on the outside. Elliott Mercer in a foot race, and he is going to win the race into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. Elliott Mercer with a 35-yard touchdown run here for the 45-yard touchdown run for the Warriors. Takes it in the end zone, gives the Warriors the lead, 32-28. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home with United Country Nelson Real Estate Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons.
Well, last time Elliott Mercer came through for the Warriors when they were in a little bit of trouble. That time on 2nd and 11, looking like they're in a little bit of trouble again. Elliott Mercer comes through for him with a long touchdown run to give him the lead back.
2-point conversion upcoming. A pitch out again to Mercer. and takes it in. 2-point conversion is good. And the Warriors now lead here 34-28 with 1:43 left in the third. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Thumbalangus, 1 mile east of Ravenwood, will have a private treaty open house with Quail Meadows on Saturday, September 20th. It will feature 35 2024 fall-born bulls, plus offering 2 female lots. If you have any questions, call Jeff at 660-541-2606 or Austin at 660-254-2877. You won't want to miss this private treaty open house by Thumbalangus and Quail Meadows.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as again Ricardo Kampf set to kick off for the Warriors. Kick off your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Elliott Mercer with the touchdown run, the 2-point conversion. This one is going to bounce short and then bounces into the end zone. At time for Kampf, he kicked it towards the right pylon, and it bounced at about the 5-yard line. Thought it might go out of bounds, but does just bounce into the end zone. And St. Joseph Christian will start on their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, I thought that one was going to go out of bounds as well, and it was going to be good field position for the Lions, but bounces into the back of the end zone for a touchback, and once again the Lions will start the drive on their own 15-yard line.
Warriors were able to get St. Joseph Christian to punt the ball away on a 3-and-out on their last possession. See what they can do here. As Stewart will hand this one off, and being met at the line of scrimmage, picking up short yardage on the carry that time is Wick. As he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play, up to about the 17-yard line, brings up a 2nd and 8.
Well, the Warriors, the last couple of defensive plays for them, the Lions have tried to get something going on the run like they have been doing all game, and the Warriors have done a really nice job of just giving them nothing.
Stewart underneath center. Dudek in motion. Wick, no, it's going to be a flip out to Dudek to the left. He's going to break it to the outside before he's pushed out of bounds. Just shy of the first down yard marker. Looks like they're marking him down at the 24. It'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1. They are in their own territory here. This is a big spot here for the Warrior defense. If somebody can get some penetration through the middle of the offensive line, get a stop in the backfield, that would really give the Warriors a huge momentum swing here as we are in the final seconds, 55 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Stewart underneath center. Warriors about jump off sides as they were trying to get back on. St. Joseph Christian immediately snaps it, hands it off to Wick, and as the Warriors were kind of backpedaling to get back, the Christian Lions pick up a short yard pickup for a 1st down.
Yeah, they must not have entered the neutral zone there. But anyway, as they were backing away, the Lions did a nice job there to snap the ball, and once they got backpedaling there was no chance anybody was going to break through and get a stop there on 3rd down and 1.
That 1st down brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial Services. 1st and 10 here from their own 27-yard line. Wick again on the carry up the middle. Gets across the 30-yard line, still on his feet as he crosses midfield down to the Albany 39-yard line as he carries a couple of Warrior defenders.
Yeah, every once in a while that just kind of rears its ugly head there at the Warriors' poor tackling, and they did a nice job here for about a drive and a half, and now they're really on with that play right there. It just kind of comes back, and you have to be consistent with your tackling. With all the little things, you got to be consistent and do them all the time.
That's another Smith Prudential Financial 1st down. Be a flip out to Wick to the right side. And he is going to be knocked out of bounds past the 35-yard line there by Porter Runnels. And he'll bring up now a 2nd and 6, as that will do it for the 3rd quarter of play. It is a 34-28 St. Joseph Christian lead here after 3 quarters We're back to start the fourth when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV. Want to relive some of Albany TV's greatest moments?
The full court shot, and he makes it! Oh my goodness, he makes it!
His shot at the buzzer.
Banks in!
Catch it online. Albany TV's YouTube page has almost every ball game from 2018 till today right at your fingertips. Watch classic broadcasts, cheer on your favorite teams, and share the memories with family and friends. Subscribe now to Albany TV-Mo on YouTube and relive the game.
Are you needing more space in your home and looking to remodel, or just start from scratch and have your dream home built? Then contact Williams Construction LLC and Electric in Albany. Williams Construction LLC and Electric in Albany can help you with all of your building needs. Big or small, they do it all at Williams Construction LLC and Electric. Contact them today at 660-483-0255 or 660-726-2417.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as we start the fourth quarter of play. Warriors lead 34-28. It's a 2nd and 6 facing the Lions, though, from the Albany 35-yard line. In motion is Dudek. Fumble on the snap, and Stewart is just going to have to fall on it. It'll be a loss of about 2.5 yards there on the play. Back to the Albany 37.
Yeah, it's the same thing that we said when that happened for Albany. Same thing here. It's just a wasted play. It was 2nd and 6. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 8. It's just you put yourself in a tough position whenever you have self-inflicted mistakes like that you're not forced into. It's just a mental error.
11:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. And a big 3rd down here facing the Christian Lions. They are probably in an area where they will go for it as Stewart is going to hand this one off. And Wick takes it down across the 25-yard line down to the 21 or 22-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Warriors had, for the past couple of plays, had kind of shut that down, that run up the middle, and now the Lions are right back at it, being really effective using that play.
In motion is Dudek, hand off to Wick. No, it's going to be a flip out to Dudek, and he's going to take this one into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Yeah, once again, a really nice fake up the middle there. You know it's a good one when the cameraman falls for it, too. And once again, the Lions tie up the game here, chance to retake the lead.
34-34. It's the first tie we've had since it was 6-6 back early in the first quarter. We're just a minute and 7 seconds into the fourth, and we're tied up with St. Joseph Christian trying to take the 2-point lead. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. In motion is Dudek. Handoff to Wick up the middle. No, Stewart going to keep it again. Pitch it out to Dudek, and he's going to take it in. 2-point conversion is good, and it is a 36-34 St. Joseph Christian lead with 10:53 left to play here in the fourth quarter. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV. Every achievement deserves to be celebrated, and at Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, Missouri, we've got just the way to do it. From sports trophies and plaques to corporate awards and personalized gifts, we make every milestone memorable. Whether it's honoring a team, recognizing excellence, or saying thank you, Winner's Circle delivers top quality awards with fast, friendly service. Celebrate success the right way. Stop by Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany. Liam Quick again set to kick off here for St. Joseph Christian. So far they've been all little onside kicks so far. Remember, kick off your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. With a 2-point lead, 10:53 left in the fourth. Quick set to kick off here for the Lions as they get a final player out on the field late. Onside kick bounces, picked up by Elliott Mercer. He's going to fall on it back at his own 32-yard line, and that is where the Warriors are going to start their next drive.
Yeah, that one took a high bounce. Mercer had to back up to try and get that one. A bit of an awkward recovery there. of that onside kick, but Mercer able to haul it in and give the Warriors possession here. They now trail by 2 once again, but they're in a much better position now. Instead of constantly being down by 8 and having to get a 2-point conversion, they can retake the lead here with the touchdown.
Warriors will start from their own 32-yard line. And trailing 36-34. Owens lined up wide to the right. Palmer will take the snap with Mercer behind him. Handoff goes to Danner. And he's going to be down just shy of the 35-yard line, a gain of 2 down to the 34-yard line. Brings up now a 2nd and 8. Time will continue to run as we're down now underneath 10.5 left here in the final quarter of play. Warriors trying to move to 500 here on the season and push St. Joseph Christian to 500. Palmer on the option, flips it out to Mercer. And he's going to be taken down as he crosses midfield. Looks like they're going to put him down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a yard shy of the first down.
Well, 3rd down and 1. The Warriors a lot of times just go simple. They hand the ball right up the middle to Mercer. They trust him to get a yard. We'll see here if they go to that. They haven't gone to that play-action play in a while.
So we haven't seen the Warriors do that at all here in this second half. We'll see if they pull it out here on 3rd and 1. Instead, they'll get the Lions to jump off sides. And remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
Yeah, the Lions are very aggressive, trying to jump the snap there. That time they jumped off a little bit too much. They crossed the neutral zone, and so the play is immediately blown dead, and the Warriors are awarded 5 yards and a first down.
At first down, brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. 9:18 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 36-34, Christian with the 2-point lead. Fakes the handoff to Danner. Keeping it himself is Palmer. He's wrapped up and taken down just shy of the 25-yard line, down at the 27.
Nice fake there by Palmer. Opened up some running room for him, and a nice run there of 7 yards. Sets him up nicely here on 2nd down, just 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 for the Warriors. 8:50 left to play here in the fourth, and a 2-point ball game in favor of the Lions. Wide out to the right is going to be Jared Owens. Palmer takes a snap. Looking to pass after the play action, and he's going to slip and fall back at the 35-yard line, and it will be a loss of 8 yards on the play. It ends up as an Albany Hy-Vee sack.
Yeah, you could see Palmer frustrated with himself there on that one. That was almost the exact same spot that we saw a Lion ball carrier try and plant his foot and slip and fall, and now it's 3rd down and 11. The Warriors might have to go through the air here. They got 3 receivers out to the left.
3 receivers bunched up to the left, 1 receiver out to the right is going to be Jared Owens. Alone in the backfield is Palmer. Looking at the screen pass to Elliott Mercer, not there. Looking deep for Owens, and Owens was blocking on the opposite side and never released. As the pass will fall incomplete, brings up now a 4th and 11.
Yeah, it looked like they were going for a screen to Mercer, and it didn't look like the Lions were about to eat it up. He had some room there, and Palmer just didn't feel comfortable letting go of it here, and this is a big play. 4th and 11, under 8 minutes to go. Warriors down by 2.
Again, 3 receivers bunched up to the left, 1 receiver to the right is Owens. And we're going to have a timeout called here by the Warriors. It is their first Petty John Auto Center timeout here of the half. They'll have 2 remaining. 7:50 left here in the fourth quarter, 36-34. St. Joseph Christian with the lead. We're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com.
Have you looked at Pettyjohn Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Pettyjohn Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
A big 4th and 11 upcoming facing the Warriors. From the St. Joseph Christian 35-yard line with 7:50 left to go here in the fourth, trailing by 2, 36-34. Two receivers to the right, one receiver to the left. It'll be Zayden Palmer, Carter Danner to the right. Elliott Mercer behind his quarterback, Palmer. In motion is Danner. Looking on the screen to Mercer. Has a little bit of room. He breaks through a couple of tacklers, and he's gone to the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors on a 4th and 11.
That's 3 plays where the Warriors have been in a lot of trouble, and Elliott Mercer has come up big with a touchdown, 2 touchdown runs, now a touchdown reception. Nice patience there by Palmer to kind of let him leak out a little bit, get himself a little bit more open, and that was a huge play there on 4th and 11 when it looked like the Warriors really didn't have a lot of options.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. 40-36 two-point conversion upcoming here for the Warriors to take a 6-point lead. Hand off to Mercer up the middle. 2-point conversion is good. And it is a 6-point Albany lead, 42-36 with 7:40 left to go here in the fourth quarter. We're back with more in just a moment here on Albany TV.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
And welcome back out to Albany as Ricardo Kopf again set to kick off here for the Warriors as the Warriors take a 6-point lead. Remember to kick off your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. 42-36 Albany with the lead. Kopf set to kick off. Dudek back inside his own 10-yard line. Deep kick here by Kopf is going to go into the end zone. Well, they say it goes out of bounds, but I think it went into the end zone before it went out of bounds. I don't know about that one. 2 penalty flags are down. The refs are going to meet about this first here. It might have just snuck out of bounds at maybe the 1. We'll see.
Still haven't seen a signal.
But remember, this penalty flag brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. And it looks like the penalty is going to give St. Joseph Christian the football at the 30-yard or at the 25-yard line here.
Yeah,
basically 10 free yards there for St. Joseph Christian.
Yeah, it was pretty clear what the penalty was, but we never did get a call specifically.
Yeah. So that one was close. I don't know. Maybe from my angle it looked like it went through the end zone, but maybe not. Stewart will send Dudek in motion. Looking to pass. Looking deep, and this one going to be well overthrown of his intended receiver, Cademan Carlson.
Well, the Lions haven't really tried that to this point. They've had a lot of success running the ball, especially with that triple option type play that they've been running. That time they take a shot down the field, but way overthrown. And I bet we see him go back to the run here on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from their own 25-yard line. 7:35 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 6-point Albany lead, 42-36. Dudek again in motion. And this time Stewart will keep it himself. Has to reverse field. And he's pushed well back into the defensive backfield, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Stewart went a lot of yards to pick up none as he was met there by both Griffin and Danner.
Yeah, it looked like for a minute there he was actually going to lose yards, and that would have been – you never want to run backwards. He's fortunate there that he got back to the line of scrimmage because it looked like there he lost him some yards, but able to get back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10, big play here for both teams. Warriors trying to get off the field.
Underneath 7 minutes left to play here in the fourth, 42-36. And the Warriors need a big stop here on 3rd down. Here leading just by 6 points. Handoff up the middle. No, it's going to again be Stewart that keeps it himself. And he's going to be tackled down right at about the 30-yard line. Danner and Anthony both in on the stop. So it brings up a 4th and 5 with the 5-yard pickup. This is probably an area where St. Joseph Christian is going to go for it on their own 30 with 6:18 left to go here in the fourth quarter, trailing by 6.
Yeah, it does look like they are going to. They got to pick this up, though, because if they don't, they give the Warriors a spectacular field position, and a score would make it a 2-possession game.
Carlson is going to line up wide to the left. In motion is Dudek. Carlson looking for Dudek on the pass, and he is going to reach out for the first down yard marker, but he is shy. No, they're going to say he was able to reach it out far enough and just gets a first down. Whew. That was a heck of a reach there by Dudek then, as they get a first down, but the referee right there. 1st and 10 here for the Lions with 5:51 left to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, just the nose of the football got across the yard marker there, and that's a huge play there by the Lions to keep this game or keep this drive and keep this game alive.
Stewart underneath center, hands it off up the middle, and stopped after a short yard pickup that time is the ball carrier in Wick. Gain of 3 on the play up to the 38-yard line of the Warriors. A 2nd and 7 will face the Lions with underneath 5:30 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 42-36, Albany with the 6-point lead. A touchdown to tie, 2-point conversion gives the Lions the lead. Handoff again up the middle, and Wick going to be stopped after a short 2-yard pickup out to midfield. There on the stop, Peterson and Mercer.
Yeah, every 3rd and every 4th down now becomes insanely important here for both teams. Now under 5 minutes to play, so we are really in crunch time here for both teams.
3rd and 5 from just onto Albany's side of midfield. 4:43 left to play in the fourth. Stewart underneath center, Dudek in motion. And handoff goes to Wick this time as he crosses the 25-yard line into Albany territory, down to the Albany 23. And that is going to be a big first down that time by St. Joseph Christian. And that is going to be enough for an Albany or for a Smith Prudential Financial first down. Remember to keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. 1st and 10 from the 23. St. Joseph Christian with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Albany with 2. 4:09 left in the fourth. Stewart going to keep this one himself. He's going to be hit and taken down inside the 20-yard line, down at about the 17. There on the stop was Elliott Mercer.
Now under 4 minutes to play. The clock really continues to wind down here. The Lions need not only a touchdown, but a 2-point conversion to take the lead. Touchdown will only tie it. But this is a huge opportunity for them here as they are inside the Warriors' 20-yard line.
2nd and 4 upcoming for the Lions. 3:30 left to play here in the fourth. In motion, Dudek. Stewart tosses this one out to Dudek to the left. and he's going to be just shy of the 10-yard line, stays in bounds. They're going to mark him down at, I believe, the 11-yard line. That'll be enough for another Albany Warriors Smith Prudential Financial, a St. Joseph Christian Lions Smith Prudential Financial first down. Sorry about that.
Looked like again there he was going to head out. It looked like there for a moment he was going to go out of bounds, but literally just falls right on the border of the sideline. So the clock continues to wind after it paused for a moment while they moved the chains.
Underneath 3 minutes now left here in the fourth quarter. As Coach Schoonover going to wait for this to go down to 1 second before he calls his first Petty John Auto Center timeout. They'll have 2 more remaining. 2:55 left in the fourth. It's a 6-point Warrior lead, 42-36. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Ready to build, remodel, or repair? Trust Home Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri for all of your building needs. From quality lumber and hardware to tools and supplies, Home Lumber has everything you need to get the job done right. Serving Albany and the surrounding communities for generations, Home Lumber is proud to be your hometown partner for projects big and small. So whether it's a weekend fix-up or your dream build, stop by Home Lumber Company in Albany. Quality materials, friendly service built on trust.
Petty John Auto Center in Bethany and Albany is a proud sponsor of Albany TV. Petty John's is your local Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. For new and used vehicles, certified service, and collision center, visit pettyjohnauto.com.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 2:55 left to play here in the fourth. 42-36 is the lead here in favor of the Warriors, and it is a 1st and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line here for the Lions. And a touchdown will tie. 2-point conversion will give the lead. Handoff goes to Dudek on the reverse, and he's going to take this one down inside the 5-yard line, and it brings up now a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, the clock now, right now with the Warriors in the lead, the clock is kind of their friend, but at the same time, the Lions look like they are ready to score a touchdown here. And if they get the 2-point conversion, the Warriors are not going to have a whole lot of time, it looks like, to try and get some points of their own. So really, the clock is more on the side of the Lions right now.
I said, and it'll be interesting to see when Coach Fountain will use his 2 final remaining Petty John Auto Center timeouts. Again, wants to hold on to him in case he needs him on offense. Stewart going to keep this one himself, bounces to the outside, and he is going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Well, nice job there once again. Looked like a little bit of an extension there from Stewart. Gets him to break the pylon, and now this is the biggest 2-point conversion of the game so far.
2:05 remaining. We're tied at 42. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home with the United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons.
You're thinking they're going to go for some misdirection there like they have been all game, so a lot for the Warrior defense to think about.
Wick in the backfield underneath center. Here is Stewart. Quick handoff to Wick, and he's going to be met by Cutter Peterson. 2-point conversion fails. 2:05 left here in the ball game, and it is tied at 42-42. And the Warriors still have 2 timeouts remaining. We're back with more when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. And the big thing here for the Warriors is Quick so far is onside kicked every time. If you're the Warriors, you need to be ready to pounce on that football. Remember, this kickoff brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial Services. Kick off your future retirement by contacting Smith Prudential Financial Services today. Liam Quick again on to kick off. This time he kicks it deep. Clayton Griffin is going to pick it up at his own 13-yard line. He has a small seam, and he takes it down just shy of the Albany 30-yard line, down to the Albany 29.
Yeah, I was thinking with the kickoff there, they've onside kicked every kick so far in this game. They haven't got one yet, so I wasn't quite sure what they would do there, because if they don't get it, they're handing the Warriors great field position. This way they have to go and move the ball all the way down the field. They have 2 timeouts left in 2 minutes here in a tie ball game to get in the end zone.
51 yards and 2 minutes separate the Warriors from their second win of the season as they look to move to 2-2. Carter Danner motions to the left of his quarterback, Palmer. Palmer will take the snap, fakes the handoff to Danner. Palmer rushes up the middle, and he's still moving the pile as the whistle will finally blow dead, but not before the senior quarterback puts it out to about the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play brings up a 2nd and 6.
Coach Fountain trying to communicate to his team here. They got to move quickly here. 1:39 left to go. They're going to wait a little while to use these timeouts.
Hand off to Mercer, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the first down yard marker. Looks to be down at about the 37. A gain of 4 will bring up a 3rd and 2. .115 left now in the fourth. All tied. Pitch out to Mercer to the left. Stiff arms a man. Has enough for a first down as he's pushed out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. And that is going to be enough for a Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving toward retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
It's a huge play in multiple ways. First of all, the nice stiff arm gets him the first down, but also he got out of bounds there. Warriors can kind of take a breather there. The clock stops. They didn't have to burn a timeout.
1:08 remains here in the fourth quarter, tied at 42-42. Jace Palmer will take the snap, looking to pass. Finds his man on the outside, and Jared Owens, he's taken down inbounds just shy of the 30-yard line of St. Joe Christian, down at the 32.
Yeah, that close to the sideline. You got to try to get out of bounds here. 50 seconds to go now. Clock is ticking.
45 seconds as the clock continues to run. Warriors get the play down on the field. Snap taken at about 40. Palmer going to keep it himself. Rushes up the middle. And he's going to be taken down inside the 25-yard line. Down at about the 23.
Clock stops.
Jace Palmer comes away with another big first down. Remember, that's a Smith Prudential Financial first down.
Clock stopped for a moment while they move the chains. Now 26 seconds.
Warriors still have 2 timeouts remaining. And the Warriors are going to call a timeout with 22 seconds left here in the ball game. They'll be down to one more final timeout. 22 seconds remain. 42-42. We're back with more in a moment after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agents and Phillips in Albany for a free personal protection review.
22 seconds remain here in Albany. We're tied at 42-42. It's a 1st and 10 upcoming for the Warriors from the St. Joseph Christian 23-yard line. 1 timeout remaining for the Warriors. 2 timeouts remaining for the Lions.
Well, the Warriors had a little bit of a miscommunication there just before the timeout. So with 22 seconds left and the time still going, the Warriors had to burn a timeout there to talk this one over. Now, what kind of play are they going to run? They got 1 timeout left in 22 seconds.
Palmer again alone in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Crossed the middle and looked for the intended receiver that time, and Carter Danner, and just overthrew him as he got hit from behind as the ball would have arrived anyways, and the pass will fall incomplete.
Yeah, Danner took a big hit there as that pass came in, and that was a little bit of a high throw, and as he rose up to try and catch it, that just exposed him to a hit right in the back, and there's no way that felt good. Warriors down to 18 seconds.
42-42 to our 2nd and 10 from the 23. 18 seconds remain here for the Warriors. Palmer rolls out to his left, finds Mercer, and he's going to be out of bounds, but a penalty flag down in the backfield in the area of a hold as Mercer took it out to about the 20-yard line. Would be a gain of about 3. We'll see what the penalty flag is, though. This penalty flag brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance. And
there's a penalty on the...
It's a penalty flag, a face mask. I think it was offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
So offsetting penalties there. Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
So the Warriors don't lose any yards, but they lose precious seconds there with that play being offsetting penalties.
13 seconds remain. Palmer will take the snap. Looking for Mercer, and it's going to fall incomplete, and they're going to have offensive pass interference as Jackson Courthanke, I believe, is going to be the beneficiary of that one. Unless they're going to call defensive pass interference, but I believe it might be offensive. As I was going to say, Elliot Mercer, I think, got the jersey of Courthanke and kind of pushed him out of the way. And it is going to be pass interference called here against the offense. And remember, this penalty flag is brought to you by Sand Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. And the Warriors are pushed back all the way to their own 38, or to the St. Joseph Christian 38-yard line. And it will be a 2nd and 25 here. 10 seconds remaining. And they're going to have to take the snap from just on the St. Joseph Christian side of the field. Pitch outside of the right to Mercer. And he's just going to run out of bounds with 6 seconds remaining. And gives the Warriors another play here, as he picks up about a yard maybe on the play.
Well, they say the average play in a football game is about 6 seconds, give or take. Warriors have 6 seconds left here, so.
And they do still have a timeout if need be.
I was going to say you can.
And they're going to use it now, and that will be their final Petty John Auto Center timeout here of the night. We'll be back with more in just a moment as we're tied 42-42 with 6 seconds left. We're back with more in a moment on Albany TV.
In life, as in sports, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance, someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy. To get started, contact me, Nick Smith, the financial advisor with Prudential, at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. It is a 42-42 lead, or 42-42 ball game with 6 seconds remaining.
Warriors with no timeouts here, probably going to take a shot at the end zone here. Not a lot of time left on the board. Had a couple of seconds here to think about it with that timeout. What kind of play do they have drawn up?
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left here for the Warriors. In motion is going to be Zayden Palmer, and St. Joseph Christian is going to use one of their 2 remaining Petty John Auto Center timeouts. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Here on Albany TV, we're back with more.
If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? Pettyjohn Auto Center in Bethany and Albany has got you covered. Pettyjohn's makes buying your next vehicle transparent, simple, and easy. We have no hidden fees and upfront pricing on every vehicle in stock at pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Warriors again come out, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers to the right. 6 seconds remain. Zayden Palmer will motion behind his quarterback, Jace Palmer. A flip out to Zayden Palmer, the backup quarterback, throwing it deep for Mercer. And it's going to be intercepted. Ball game is tied after 4 as Dudek comes away with the interception at the 7-yard line. We are going to overtime. Free football in Albany when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
Kathy Sneed at Acres of Hope LLC in Albany, Missouri provides compassionate counseling and therapy to help you navigate life's challenges. Kathy specializes in trauma and PTSD, child and behavioral issues. Call Kathy at Acres of Hope at 660-285-4844. That's 660-285-4844. Acres of Hope LLC, because every journey deserves hope. Hungry for real mouth-watering barbecue? Head on over to B&B Barbecue in Albany. From tender pulled pork and juicy brisket to ribs that fall right off the bone, every plate is packed with flavor you'll come back for again and again. And don't forget to try their amazing loaded fries, piled high with your favorite meat. They're a meal within themselves. Whether you're grabbing lunch with friends, taking dinner home for the family, or catering your next big event, B&B Barbecue has you covered. So skip the ordinary, taste the tradition at B&B Barbecue in Albany. Brighten any day with the Briar Patch in Albany, Missouri. From fresh flower bouquets and custom arrangements to charming home decor and unique gifts, the Briar Patch is something special for every occasion. Whether it's birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, or just because, the Briar Patch's friendly team makes it easy to find the perfect way to show you care. Stop by the Briar Patch in Albany, your hometown flower and gift shop, where small town charm blooms every day.
And welcome back out to Albany as we get set for overtime. And Brett, just like the new NFL rules, I don't know what the overtime rules are because the NFL keeps changing. I have no idea what high school football is. I have never seen an 8-man football game yet ever go to overtime.
Yeah,
this will be a first.
I haven't either, and I guess we're all going to learn together how this is going to work.
So I can tell you college. I used to be able to tell you football. But every year they change that one. I'm not certain here for 8-man football here in the state of Missouri. Either way, it is a 42-42 ball game. The officials and coaches, I think, are trying to figure out what happens during an overtime at midfield. We will be back with overtime when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
East Fork Lodge in Albany, Missouri is pleased to announce the opening of its new rec center. It has 2 spacious suites, each equipped with 2 queen beds, a pull-out sofa, kitchenette, microwave fridge, and dining area. Guests have access to half-court basketball, pickleball, workout facilities, and a game room offering billiards, ping pong, air hockey, foosball, and shuffleboard. For details on the rec center, lodging, or the Legacy Event Center wedding venue, contact bookings at eastforklodge.com or visit our website at www.eastforklodge.com.
Looking for something fun and trendy? How about something to wear to cheer on your Warriors or the Chiefs? JC Designs in Albany has it all. JC Designs in Albany has something for you to wear to work, to the ball game, and even for a night on the town. JC Designs is located 1 block west of the square in downtown Albany, or you can check out their website at j-c-designsmo.myshopify.com.
The Legacy Event Center at East Fork Lodge, just north of Albany, is a 7,500 square foot beautifully decorated event space that includes a caterer's kitchen, walk-in fridge, and ice machine. The Legacy provides a rustic elegance to your special day with intricate woodworking and natural barnwood walls. The Legacy is home to a black and white grand staircase that makes entrances for special couples unforgettable. A chapel on the property is perfect for intimate ceremonies or phenomenal photo opportunities. Email Jamie at eastforklodge.com or visit the website eastforklodge.com for more information on the Legacy Event Center. Looking to grow your future close to home? At Lone Star Investments in Albany, Missouri, Tanya is there to help you build lasting financial security. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, or just getting started, Tanya offers personalized guidance every step of the way. Stop by Lone Star Investments today, where your goals are their priority. Because investing isn't just about money, it's about peace of mind. Lone Star Investments, Albany, Missouri. Secure your tomorrow starting today.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as I wait for the Misha rulebook to kind of pop up. We do know there has been a coin toss. Albany won the toss. They defer. So St. Joseph Christian will start with the football. So we think it is going to be kind of like the college set of overtime rules, just a matter of where they're going to start the teams. That will be the decision.
Yeah, we know that both teams will get the ball for sure, or else Albany wouldn't have deferred. So we know that both teams will get a chance to score, but that's about all we know.
We don't even know, and it does look like St. Joseph Christian will move from left to right. So we also know that now as well. As St. Joseph Christian will start out with the football in overtime as we finish 4 quarters tied at 42. We couldn't find a winner through 4 quarters. Let's see if we can find one here in overtime. And it does look like it'll be the 25-yard line, so just like it is in college.
So, yeah, if you're not familiar with the overtime college rules, both teams will start their possession on the opposing team's 25-yard line. So it's a short field. You have a chance to get a first down, but the drive just starts from the 25-yard line. Both teams will get a chance to have the ball as well.
I wonder if they're allowed to have an extra point kick on the first try like they do in college.
Well,
I don't know if I've seen that either in 8-man football, but I'm just saying.
No,
we have seen attempts, just not in overtime. Yeah. Mason Stewart underneath center, Dudek in motion. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to get out of a tackle, and another tackle as he's still on his feet. Finally run down by Jay Anthony as he crosses the 15 down to about the 13, and Noah Dudek a little slow to get up after the 12-yard pickup on first down by Noah Dudek. And that is going to be enough for a Smith Prudential Financial first down. Keep your money moving towards retirement with Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. Mason Stewart goes underneath center. Hand off to Wick. No, keeping it is Stewart, and he is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
So now the 2-point conversions are really important here because if St. Joe Christian gets the 2-point conversion, they force Albany to have to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion as well, whereas if they don't get it, Albany can score and then win it with a 2-point conversion. So this is a big play right here.
48-42, St. Joseph Christian with the lead here in overtime. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. Stewart goes underneath center for the Lions. In motion is Dudek. Handoff. It is going to be a flip out to Dudek, and he is going to get just short of the end zone as the Warriors come up with the stop at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it's a huge stop. So now for the Warriors, a score and a 2-point conversion will win the game for them.
And now Albany will take over from the 25-yard line. And they are going to move from left to right. Or they're going to go right to left as well, as they're going to go towards that same south end zone. And now a touchdown and a 2-point conversion or an extra point will win it.
St. Joe Christian, if they're able to turn the Warriors over on downs, they will win the game as well.
They're going to restart the play clock at 25 seconds. Now that they've got that, the Warriors are going to get down as Anthony will get on the ball and ready to snap it to a senior quarterback, Jace Palmer, in the first overtime. Hand off to Mercer up the middle, and he's going to be stopped after a short 2-yard pickup. As they're on the stop that time for the Lions was Connor Wagers.
Nice play there by Wagers. Met Mercer in the middle there. Kept him for a short gain of just 1 yard.
First overtime here, 48-42. Lions with a 6-point lead as the Warriors were able to keep the Lions out of the end zone on the 2-point conversion. Lined up wide to the left is going to be Jared Owens. To the left of the quarterback, Palmer is Danner. Behind him is Mercer. Option, pitch out to Mercer. Try to cut it back inside. Spins out of a tackle and still picks up just short yards on the play. It brings up now a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they say no gain on that play. So while it is 2-down territory, the Warriors are up against it a little bit here. The Lions have them up against the wall, 3rd down and 9. They're going to have to get a nice chunk play here on this 3rd down.
Danner to the left of his quarterback, Palmer with Mercer behind him. Fish is the tight end. Fake the run, looking. Finds Will Fish. A penalty flag flies as Fish down at the 10-yard line. But I believe this one is coming back.
Holding on the defense.
So hold on the defense is the call. And I believe the Warriors are going to decline it unless it's tacked on. Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Sam Phillips, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty. And it's a 1st down for the Warriors as the penalty flag was declined on the hold.
What a play by Will Fish.
1st and just outside the 10. Hand off to Danner as he's going to pick up about a yard on the play. They put him down at the 11-yard line, and it brings up now a 2nd and 8.
You know that every single Warrior fan, the minute the referee made the holding signal, kind of their heart skipped a beat. And to see that was on the defense, of course, the crowd came alive.
2nd and 8 from the 9-yard line for the Warriors. They trail by 6. In motion is Mercer. And it's a little screen pitch out to Mercer on the outside. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, but another penalty flag will fly, and we'll see what the call is. And this one is going to come back against the Warriors. And it will take the points off the board. Remember, this penalty flag brought to you by Sam Phillips and Shelter Insurance, where your auto, home, and life coverage is not a penalty.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster of emotions, and it's always tough. You think you've tied the game up, you have a chance to win it. Now you have to do it all over again, and you're in a much worse spot here outside the 15-yard line.
Yet back all the way at the 17.
It is 2nd down, though.
2nd and 16 here now for the Warriors.
So you do have 3 opportunities here, but you're going to have to make a play here on 2nd down, get yourself back close to the goal line.
And again, the Warriors do not need a touchdown. They can get a 1st down here. It is not a 2nd and goal. Hand off to Mercer. He is going to push him down to the 15 as they'll pick up 2 yards. Brings up a 3rd and 14.
Well, you can see, or you can imagine that fatigue is really setting in here for both teams.
It's been a hard-fought knockout game by both teams, and it wasn't decided through 4. And right now, a 3rd and 15 from the 15-yard line, or from the 16-yard line. Palmer rolls out to his left. looks for the end zone, intercepted. St. Joseph Christian is going to come away with the victory as they intercepted at the 1-yard line. 48-42, Lions win in overtime. Warriors will fall to 1-3, and the Lions will move to 3-1 on the season. We'll be back with your BTC Bank postgame. Tonight's postgame is brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, here for good. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite school and earn that school extra cash with each swipe. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account, stop by your local BTC Bank branch to get your mascot debit card today. Visit btcbank.bank to learn more. BTC Bank, here for good. Member FDIC.
BTC Bank.
Every achievement deserves to be celebrated, and at Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, Missouri, we've got just the way to do it. From sports trophies and plaques to corporate awards and personalized gifts, we make every milestone memorable. Whether it's honoring a team, recognizing excellence, or saying thank you, Winner's Circle delivers top quality awards with fast, friendly service. Celebrate success the right way. Stop by Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany.
Thank you for watching tonight's Albany TV broadcast. Don't forget to turn on your Facebook notifications to never miss out on a broadcast like this one. If you would like to be a part of our broadcast, give Jared Rolvis a call at 660-254-4800. If you have something in mind that we should broadcast or have any comments about tonight's game, you can also message us on Facebook. Thank you again for watching.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. It took overtime to decide a winner in this knockout, drag-out fight here between St. Joseph Christian and Albany. A 48-42 victory came down to the final play of the ball game as St. Joseph Christian intercepts a pass at the 1-yard line in overtime to come away with the victory tonight here over Albany, as both teams left everything out on the field tonight here, Brett, and it was a good ball game.
Yeah, it was a really great ball game. Both teams, you could tell they left it out all on the field. There were ups and downs for both teams. It was back and forth. It was just about everything you could ask for in an 8-man football game. Of course, the Albany fans are going to go home upset, but they played a tough game tonight, and sometimes you play hard and you still just can't quite come up with it. But it was a good effort from the Warriors tonight, and they just came up short to the Lions.
And let's go ahead and take a look at the stats from the ball game. Remember, tonight's postgame brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, here for good. Starting with St. Joseph Christian passing tonight. Mason Stewart, 4 for 5 passing for 15 yards. Noah Dudek, again, was 1 for 1 passing with 29 yards. But, again, that pass did not count as it was called back due to a penalty. Mason Stewart tonight, 1 catch for 29 yards. Noah Dudek, 2 catches for 11 yards. Cademan Carlson, 1 catch for 6 yards. The big area where both teams got things done was on the ground. Braden Hoffman, 12 carries for 190 yards, most of those coming in that first half. 3 touchdowns on the night. Calvin Wick, 14 carries, 100 yards, and 1 touchdown, most of that coming in the second half. And then Noah Dudek, 11 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. Mason Stewart, 8 carries for 37 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the Warriors tonight, Jace Palmer, 9 for 17 passing tonight, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Actually, one of those interceptions was for his brother, Zayden Palmer. So actually, Jace is 9 for 16 with 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then Zayden Palmer, 0 for 1 with 1 interception. Receiving tonight for the Warriors, Will Fish, 3 big catches, 53 yards and a touchdown, including a big catch that kept the drive going in overtime. And he had 53 yards, 1 touchdown. Elliott Mercer, 2 big catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Carter Danner, 2 catches for 26 yards. Jared Owens, 2 catches for 13 yards. Rushing tonight, it was all on the back of Elliott Mercer for the most part. 23 carries, 163 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jace Palmer had a great night tonight on the ground as well. 18 carries for 70 yards. Carter Danner, 8 carries for 34 yards.
Yeah, I mean, those stats, it reflects just how evenly contested the game was. There was it was a good effort up and down for both teams. They had a lot of players who had great stat lines. It was just, when you look back on this game, it was a really close one, and the Warriors just had a few too many mistakes there to come away on top. But after those last 2 games, it would have been real easy to just come in here and not really give it your all. And I feel like the Warriors really gave it their all tonight. They just came up short, but they should be proud of their effort. Now, of course, you lost tonight. There's a lot you can learn from. You just take it and use it in practice next week to keep improving, because tonight was a big improvement over the last 2 weeks.
And I can tell you already that next week when we talk with Coach Fountain before our pregame with Worth County, he's going to talk about this game. Even though the Warriors didn't win on the scoreboard, they won on the football field because they played their hearts out and left everything out on the field for more than 4 quarters tonight, and they played a great game. And then give your hat up to St. Joe Christian. They played a great game as well, and they just came out on the right end of the scoreboard tonight, getting that touchdown early in overtime, and then came away with that interception late in the ball game.
Yeah, and it looked like the Warriors had come away with some really big plays down the stretch. Will Fish had his best catch of his career so far, kind of going up over a defender, making the catch. And then they had what we thought was a touchdown by Elliott Mercer called back due to a holding penalty. And then that was what got the Warriors back behind the 8 ball once again. And those penalties will really hurt you. They did hurt the Warriors at times tonight. St. Joe Christian had their own fair share of penalties, but luckily for them, they came out on the right side. So you're kind of, it's not quite as bad had you lost, but of course that's something they got to clean up as well going forward.
Now it's time for our Winner Circle Trophies and Awards North Player of the Game. Winner Circle North, and everything has all of your trophies, awards, medals, plaques, everything else you might need for your next event or celebration. And Brett, it was a tough decision tonight. I mean, there were about 3 or 4 players on both teams that really could have earned this player of the game tonight. It's really hard to come up with one player, but I think we did kind of decide who was going to be our Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North Player of the Game, and it goes to the man for the winning team in St. Joseph Christian. Braden Hoffman had a heck of a first half, about 12 carries, 190 yards, 3 touchdowns. He is going to be tonight's Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North Player of the Game. But again, got to give a big shout out to Calvin Wick. He came in the second half and really ran the ball well for Christian, along with Mason Stewart. He made some good plays on the option. And then Elliott Mercer, he played a great game offensively for the Warriors, did everything he could to try and will his team to win. And then Will Fish, you mentioned, made some big catches tonight. And Jace Palmer really played a great game tonight for the Warriors as well.
Yeah, Mercer, in my mind, was the player of the game until of course, the Lions came away with the victory. It seemed like there was 3 plays where the Warriors really needed somebody to come through for them, and Elliott Mercer was the guy who was able to do it. But, of course, with the winning effort, Braden Hoffman, he really got the Lions off to a great start. He had those 2 big runs early, 3 touchdowns, I believe it was, so definitely deserving of the player of the game, although it was a complete team effort here tonight by the Lions, and you could see that in the stats.
So, again, final tonight, St. Joseph Christian 48-42. St. Joseph Christian moves to 3-1 on the season. And, again, they will move on to play next week in a game at home for the first time since week 1, as they will take on North Andrew. Albany does not get any easier as they will be back at home again next week, but they take on a really good Worth County team, and that's who the Warriors will play next week as they fall to 1-3 on the season. I'd like to thank our sponsors, help you bring you tonight's broadcast tonight here on Albany TV. BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center locations in Bethany and Albany. Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, along with the Hogue Lumber Company in Albany. The Albany Hy-Vee, Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany. United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany. Shelter Insurance Agent Sam Phillips in Albany. Johnson Controls, the Briar Patch and Sublime Formal Wear, both on the west side of the square in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center. Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany. Kathy Sneed with Acres of Hope, LLC. JC Designs just off the square in Albany. B&B Barbecue on 136 in Albany. Lone Star Investments on the square in Albany. Shadowfax on 136 in Albany. Brown Plumbing in Albany. Deb's Dinky Diner in Albany. The City of Albany. Thummel Angus in Ravenwood. Williams Construction. The Albany Booster Club. The Albany and St. Joseph Christian Schools. And the Printery New Shopper located in Albany. Again, it was a really great game tonight, 48-42 in overtime. St. Joseph Christian comes away with the victory. For myself, Jared Rolvis, color analyst and cameraman for the evening, Brett Williams. So long and good night from Albany.